Alright. That should be it. Just waiting for you to pop up. There it is. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the next Ace Attorney Investigations collection stream. Today we're going to play Turnabout Legacy, which I think is about Edward's father. Who knows? I mean, I think it's about him. It does say Legacy. Let's just jump into it. What shall we make today, kids?
Samson
And Judy's Bake and Bow.
Macarons, waffles with cream, chiffon cakes that are light as a dream. Laugh and sing, smile, it's true, all that sweetness waiting for you. Look there, what, where? Over there! The oven's got something special to share. Bing. Now let's see what we've got for you! It's cooking time! Are you ready to make something special together? Wow, talk about a blast from the past. Hey Gregory, I'm going back there tomorrow with your boy. I'm finally going to find out what happened 18 years ago. Wonder what that's about. 18 years ago. April 2nd, 10:05 a.m. Zodiac Hall, Fountain Room. Well, Fender, are you finally going to tell me what we're doing here? Why have you brought me to an art gallery of all places? Hey, you had nothing going on. Seemed like the perfect chance to come and enjoy this magic of star sign stuff together. I'm leaving. Chill, big guy, I'm just joking. You know about the IS-7 incident, yeah? Your old man's last case? Of course. Von Karma took great pleasure in showing me the files as soon as I became a prosecutor. And I reviewed them again last night after your invite. See? I was also present at the trial all those years ago, although my memories of it are somewhat hazy. As a child, I was completely in awe of my father. The sight of him in court was inspirational. Gregory Edgeworth, attorney at law, and opposite him, the man who would become my mentor, Manfred von Karma. It was quite a case. However, it ended with the conviction of the accused. Ah, so you were there too. You were in the courtroom for Gregory's final outing? Well, that'll make explaining things easier. I wanted you to know something, see? That something being what really went down. Not the truth in those files, but the capital T truth. It was 18 years ago, smack dab in the middle of a real doozy of a winter. The buildings were covered with a blanket of snow. It looked like the streets were lined with popsicles. But things weren't so innocent behind those frozen doors. In fact, some pretty sordid stuff went down. This was back before yours truly was the fine figure of an attorney you see before you today. 18 years ago. Ooh, are we gonna play as Edward's father, or are we gonna play as Fender? December 24th, 5 p.m. Detention Center, Visitors Room. Hey, Mr. E, this one really came out of the blue, huh? It did. We were called in before the ink on the arrest papers was even dry. I should probably just give him my regular voice. My name is Gregory Edgeworth. I'm a defense attorney. I'm here visiting a client with my assistant, Eddie Fender. A murder on Christmas Eve? What's the world coming to? In the dark of the night, at the end of the day, I saw two timely saviors that come in my way. Oh. Welcome, my friends, to the visitor's room. And if we're not friends yet, I'm sure we will be soon. Whoa! Talk about an entrance! I was not expecting that. Neither was I. Sorry if I surprised you. I'm just so happy to see you both. Thanks so much for coming out. Seriously, I can't thank you enough. You're the accused, I take it? I am. Gregory Edgeworth, attorney at law at your service. I look forward to representing you. This is my assistant, Eddie Fender. Pleased to meet you, sir. I'll do everything I can to help. Come now, Edward. Calm down, please. You'll have to forgive him. He's still new to this. He's been helping me out part-time, but he's far from fully fledged lawyer material yet. Nonetheless, I'm hoping he'll be of some assistance in investigating the particulars of this case. Gregory and Eddie, it's an honor to meet you both. My job as a defense attorney is to save my clients from wrongful convictions. So the first thing to do is establish whether or not he is truly innocent. Perhaps we could begin by having you tell us a little about yourself. What am I thinking? I haven't even told you my name. I'm Samson Tengoroa. It really is you? Samson Tengoroa, the world's greatest confectioner? You flatter me, my young friend. And call me Samson, all my pals do. Wow, thanks Samson, I will. I can't believe I'm meeting you in person. It seems Eddie knows something of our client. Mr. E, it's the Samson Tengoroa, the singing, dancing, confectionery making sensation. What shall we make today, kids? Macarons, waffles with cream, chiffon cakes that are light as a dream. Laugh and sing, smile, it's true. All that sweetness waiting for you. Look there, where? Over there. The oven's got something special to share. Ping. Now let's see what we've got for you. I almost started dancing along. No way, I got to sing with Samson Tengoroa. This is a dream come true. Thanks, little pal. It means a lot to hear you say that. My apologies, but I think we need to discuss the matter at hand. Of course. I'm sure you're both very busy. Alright, where would you like me to start? So you're not just a confectioner, but also a singer and a dancer? I sure am. When I'm having fun, my body just starts moving. You must really enjoy making desserts. Haha, wouldn't be much of a confectioner if I didn't. I live to make sweets that will bring joy to others. Hey, they're not just things, they're works of art. Sparkling, dazzling, mouth-watering creations. The stuff that dreams are made of. So he aims to create joyous and inspirational pieces, does he? I understand that the incident in question happened at your mansion? It did. We were holding an international confectionery contest there when a body was found inside one of my creations. Inside one of your... No way! The detective in charge placed me under arrest because of it, and now here I am. But I could never take a life. Never. I'm sure the police will see that too in time. They'll realize their mistake. I sure hope so. And what can you tell us about the victim? His name is Artie Frost. He was taking part in the contest. Mr. Frost was a wonderful confectioner. His creations were things of real beauty. I just don't understand. Why did he have to die? I'm sorry. He seems genuinely upset over the victim's death. I think I have a pretty good measure of the man now. Mr. Tengoroa, there's just one last thing I need to confirm with you. You didn't kill Mr. Frost, correct? Correct. I swear to you that I didn't do it. Like I told you, I could never take a life. Never. He seems quite sincere. Alright, I'm going to take you at your word. Thank you for being so forthright with me. Likewise. It's good to talk to somebody other than those detectives. We'll head to the scene of the crime and see what we can learn. We'll be in touch when we have something more to tell you. Goodbye, Gregory. Goodbye, Eddie. I'm counting on you both. December 24th, 6 p.m. Contents venue, fountain room. It's pretty cold out there, huh, Mr. E? never saw so much snow. Yes, and it doesn't seem like it will be letting up anytime soon. But just look at this place. What a sweet house Samson's got. It's huge. Yes, big enough to hold an international confectionery contest, no less. Welcome, welcome everyone. Come on in, we'll have some fun. Oh no. Are you alright? I'm sorry. Would you happen to be Mr. Gregory Edgeworth by any chance? I would. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Eddie Fender, Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender, welcome to our humble abode. Duty bound, it's an honor to meet you both. I'm the housekeeper here, and Mr. Tangaroa's assistant. You're no housekeeper, you're duty bound. The duty bound. You know a little something of my work? A little? I watch you on TV every chance I get. I'm Bacon Bob's biggest fan. It's very kind of you to say so. We'd be nothing without our fans. And what might Bacon Bob be? It's only the biggest show on TV. Every kid on the planet loves it. The dynamic duo of Samson and Judy make delicious sweet stuff, all while singing and dancing. Like this. Check it out. What shall we make today, kids? Cookie dough. Caramel too. Fluffy chooch cream. Tiramisu. Everyone, come along. Bacon treats with a smile and a song. There, oh, where who? There, it's true. The oven's got something special for you. Ping. Just take a bite, and you will see. That was a wonderful performance, Mr. Fender. Bravo! I dance along every time I watch the show. Perhaps Miles might enjoy it too. I'll suggest it later. But all of this dancing really takes it out of a guy. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm the world's worst hostess. Here, nothing relaxes the body and mind quite like a cup of tea. Clink, clink, clatter, clatter. Ah, this is Ceylon, correct? Delicious. Its citrus aroma is said to improve one's ability to concentrate, as I recall. Interesting, so this is what Ceylon tea tastes like, huh? How odd. The saucer's cold. Yes, it's so that the tea cools down more quickly, I'm afraid. Some of our guests don't like it too hot. I see. These teacups are very unique too. The design is really something. You think so? Thank you so much! I ordered them all the way from France. They're my absolute favorite. They were designed by a marvelous sculptor named Paul Hali. Have you heard of him? He makes the most amazing tableware in the world. You're clearly a big fan of his work. Oh, I am. These teacups are my greatest treasure. She's certainly not afraid to show when she's passionate about something. If you don't mind, Miss Bound, I'd like to move on to the reason we're here. Can you tell us everything you know about the unfortunate incident that occurred earlier? Of course. I'm sorry for getting so distracted. Because I'm still in shock. Because I'm the one who found the body, you see. You discovered the victim? Is it true that the body was recovered from inside one of Mr. Tangaroa's creations? It is. We were in the middle of the contest's final judgment phase when I heard the sound of something big collapsing coming from Samson's room. Samson, are you in here? Ah! I opened the door and went inside and there was Mr. Frost's body. Thank you. I'm sorry to make you relive such a traumatic experience. Think nothing of it, please. I only wish I had more to tell you. Now, if you don't mind, Miss Bound, I'd like to begin our investigation of the crime scene. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender, you have to save Samson. He's no murderer. He could never do something like that. Of course. Leave it to us, Miss Bound. Thank you so much. I'll go serve the others their tea then. Come, Eddie. To the scene of the crime. Yes, sir, Mr. E. December 24th. Contest venue. Tangaroa's room. Oh, it's one of the Takarasu. No way! Everything in this room is made of chocolate. I can't believe I'm getting to see so many of Samson's creations this up close and personal. I might be more excited myself if the room wasn't a murder scene. Shudder. Just hearing you say that sends a shiver down my spine. That might just be the temperature in here. It's rather cold. Yeah, now that you mention it, it is pretty chill. Achoo! Defense on the scene already. That was fast. A pleasure to meet you. Gregory Edgeworth. I'm representing Mr. Tangaroa. This is my assistant, Eddie Fender. Nice to meet you. Bad. Detective Tyrell Bad. The detective in charge is named Bad. A man of a few words. Why is he eating it? Ugh, something about this just doesn't taste right. Yeah, it's paper, dude. Why are you eating paper? Don't swallow it! You're eating your notepaper? He likes to chew over his thoughts rather literally, I'm afraid. It helps him to digest and remember them. What? It's a little quirk of his. Please try to ignore it. My strange son likes to eat paper. It's fine, though. He's just a little quirky is all. What the fuck? Although, I'd be the first to admit that that's easier said than done. With introductions out of the way, Detective Bad, would you mind if we joined you in investigating the scene? Sorry, not gonna happen. What? How come? Mr. Edgeworth is Mr. Tangaroa's attorney. Yeah, and attorneys will do anything to get him off the hook. Even put words in their clients' mouths. You think I need that on my crime scene? Mr. Edgeworth would never do something like that. I don't trust attorneys. Okay, kid? Detective, you established my client's supposed guilt based on an investigation of the crime scene, correct? That's usually how it works, yeah? What of it? Then extend me the same courtesy. I believe he is innocent, and I would like the chance to prove it. You believe he's innocent, and you didn't even see the scene yet? That's some flimsy lawyer. That's exactly why I wish to see the scene for myself. I need to ensure that my belief is based on solid evidence and sound reasoning. You about to tell me you're not leaving until I let you look over the scene? I am. Just... Fine. Knock yourselves out. Thank you, Detective. But I'm coming around with you. Like I said, I don't trust attorneys. If you're good with that, go ahead and get to it. There was a lollipop this whole time? I must admit I didn't see that coming either. We'd better get started then. I'll need you to take notes, Eddie. On it, Mr. E! Let's get this over with. Begin investigation. So this is where the body was discovered. Yeah, they took it away already, but everything else is just how we found it. It's really rather impressive, making an entire ship out of chocolate. That's Samson Tangaroa for you! Don't you just want to take a big bite out of it? Which part to bite first, though? That's the real head-scratcher, you know? But any part of it, kid, you'll be off this crime scene so fast your head will spin. Hey, it was just a joke! Stop staring at me like that! I do sometimes wish Eddie could keep his cool a little better.
Rhythmix is just redeemed. Hi.
Hi! Thank you for following, Rhythm XZ. How you doing? It appears the body was inside the treasure chest. Yeah, woman by the name of Bounce found it. Samson, are you in here? Ah! Seems she heard something breaking and came in to see what it was. If only we had just a little more information. There's something else in here. Huh? It looks like a seal of some kind, with somebody's initials and an intricate shape carved into it. Is it for making those fancy wax things on documents? Do you think it belongs to the victim? No idea, but it's gotta get logged anyway, so I'll take that. Hey! You came in just in time. I just started the stream. And this case. One of the stands for the ship is broken. The ship must have collapsed onto the treasure chest and smashed it open. Wait, Do you think that we had the victim died? Was he crushed by the ship? If he was, this becomes an accidental death and not a murder.
You too serious?
Don't worry, Detective. For the moment, we're simply discussing a possibility.
I was being serious, though.
Detective, can you tell us a little more about the state of the victim's body?
Let me see. Got a picture here someplace. You can see for yourselves. Death was from blunt force trauma.
And what about the weapon? Has it been found yet?
You can ask the prosecutor in charge about that.
The detective's not one for sharing much, I see. Would you mind if we borrowed this?
No skin off my nose. It's not like it's official. Fallon took it with an instant camera when she found the body.
An instant camera? Like it's disposable or something? No, it means that it develops the pictures right there, and then when you take them.
No way, sounds pretty convenient.
Now then, I'd better get my facts straight and take down some notes of my own. There's something in this picture that contradicts with the current crime scene. I'll need to call on my powers of deduction to figure out why. The Red Rover and the Crimson Tide. It looks like this title is the inspiration for everything on display here in this room. The ship and the treasure chest, of course, but also all the other nautical objects on display. It's certainly a suitably grand theme with which to showcase Mr. Tangaroa's talents. This is a fine selection of nautical paraphernalia.
You think one of them could be a murder weapon?
No, they're all made out of chocolate. You'd have a hard time bludgeoning somebody to death with one of them.
This can't tell what's real in here.
They really do look genuine. I can hardly tell the difference myself. A true testament to Mr. Tangaroa's skills. What are you investigating, officer?
Sir, I was just taking the temperature of the water here. And what have you learned? Oh, it's warm, sir. The stream in each room flows into the main fountain, and then the water is circulated back to the rooms.
Unusual, to say the least. I've never seen a house quite like this one.
Rich folks, we're all crazy. How's it looking over here, officer? Nothing of interest in the cupboard, or? Yes, sir! So, there is? Oh, no, there isn't. Just a blowtorch used for cooking and some tableware, sir. You heard the man, Mr. Attorney. Nothing to add, am I right?
No.
So, you do have something to add?
Oh, no.
Just can't get a straight answer out of anybody.
Perhaps you should ask a straight question. Talk to this man. And you are?
Sorry, meditating. Did you want something, detective?
Oh, I'm an attorney, not a detective. Gregory Edgeworth. A pleasure to meet you. And I'm his assistant, Eddie Fender.
I see. Name's Carmelo Gusto. I'm a confectioner, here for the contest.
You are? What's your specialty, Mr. Gusto?
The art of air and sugar.
No way! Look at that! It's a little baby seahorse!
It's a dragon, a noble soaring creature of the skies.
That's a dragon? It does look more aquatic than airborne.
No need to sugarcoat it. My design sense is weak. I know that better than anybody. That's why I'm heading to Zhengfa when this is all over. I need to train hard.
Perhaps we should get off the subject of his design sense for now. So what are you doing in here, Mr. Gusto? I didn't think they were allowing civilians on the scene yet.
Detective wanted to know more about one of the pieces in here.
Makes sense, seeing as he's a contestant. Perhaps I should ask him a few questions of my own.
Interesting design. Yes, I could do something with this. Can I borrow it?
Oh, I'm afraid not. It's rather important. Can't bear the thought of it coming to any harm in Mr. Gusto's hands. Those are some interesting implements you use, Mr. Gusto.
Sugar blowing pumps. They put air into the sugar.
They're so cool! It's like watching a sword master do his thing!
I'm no master. Not a day goes by that I don't hurt myself one way or another. That's why I wear red. That way it doesn't matter when I make a mess. The way of the confectioner is a lonely one. You never stop learning. Not until you die.
The way of the confectioner sounds like a long one too if he's still injuring himself on a daily basis. What can you tell us about the contest? Based on what we've seen so far, flavor doesn't seem to be the only criteria at play.
The contest was Tangaroa's idea. It's about art. Confectionery as art.
Confectionery as art?
Art you can eat, every part of it. Every single item in this room is edible.
The whole place does kind of smell like chocolate.
Tangaroa is a genius, a once-in-a-generation talent. Flavor and flair, he has it all. And if you can't outdo the god of confections himself, you can't win.
I don't know, man. Beating out the greatest in the world seems kind of hard, yeah?
As it should be. Whoever beats him becomes the greatest in turn. That's the real prize here. Nothing else matters.
So you're competing for a title, effectively.
And a treasure. The ultimate cookbook. Tangaroa's most prized possession. If you want to know more, it's all written down here. It's the list of rules that was given out to contestants.
Contest rules added to the court record.
Sorry, I don't know much about what happened. I only heard about it after the judging was over.
How was the judging organized?
It started at 3 p.m. Tangaroa began making the rounds right around then. He left his own room, then worked his way around the venue clockwise. My creations were the first to be judged. After that, he went to Stone's room. She's another one of the contestants.
What can you tell us about her?
Ruthless, brutal. There's nothing she wouldn't do to win. She was working with cream, some kind of dreamscape. Then, last of all, Frost's room. His thing was flavored ice. Sculptures this time, or so I heard. Bound found the body, while Tangaroa was still making the rounds. He panicked, ran to call the cops. Tangaroa went right on judging, claims he didn't know a thing about it until afterward. Went ahead and looked over the victim's work, even though the guy was nowhere to be seen. Pretty suspicious behavior in anyone's book.
I don't have enough information to challenge him on that yet. By the way, Detective Bad, what were you and Mr. Gusto talking about earlier?
I was going to ask about the piece on the wall here, the one in the frame. Seemed like something was off. Thought I'd better ask somebody who knows about this stuff. But then you bozos showed up and pulled me away from my very important work.
Perhaps we can take a closer look at it together.
Can't take a hint, can you?
Mr. Gusto, would you mind helping us out?
Of course! Confectionery is my life. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. Who knew you can make a picture this pretty out of chocolate? Caption really is a god among men. Is it really made of chocolate, though? It looks far too much like a regular illustration to me. You have a good eye. I'm impressed. That's no piece of candy. That's the ultimate... Oh.
That's no piece of candy. That's the ultimate cookbook.
The ultimate cookbook? In other words, the grand prize. What? So it's not made of chocolate after all?
No, the book is simply enframed in some. Tangaroa showed it to all of us when he gathered us here to explain the rules.
The participants knew that the grand prize was in this room the whole time.
Anyway, you see it too, right? The frame. Something's missing.
The oddity Detective Bad was going to ask Mr. Gusto about earlier. Yes. You're right, Detective. Something is missing from this frame.
So it's not just me. Huh? What's missing?
I'd better show Eddie which part of the frame is missing some chocolate.
Take that!
Look closely, Eddie. Don't you feel that something is lacking here?
Sorry. Art's not really my thing.
And maybe that's just an artistic flourish, you know? My glasses must have slipped. That's not the part I meant to point out. We're talking about something being missing from the frame, right? That's right. You don't need to know anything about art to see what it is. What? I thought it was the obvious fingerprints. Okay, maybe it's this?
Take that!
Look at the decorative work in the corner here. Something's missing, no?
Oh yeah, it's different from the other side. That's not like Tangaroa. The balance is all wrong. But that's not all. Take a look around. Every confection in this room is missing some small bits.
You're right! The candle holder, the nautical stuff, they're all like that. Did somebody deliberately damage them? That's a very good question.
Or did Tangaroa just want it to look like somebody messed with his work?
He'd never do that to his own creations. Never! Could this have some deeper meaning for the case? I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Are these finger marks?
Yeah, but we don't know whose yet. Still haven't figured it out. No fingerprints, no ID.
Finger marks without prints. They could certainly be important to the case. It's a real head scratcher, all right?
Not really. I'm guessing whoever it was wore gloves.
Aw, where's your sense of romance, of adventure? There doesn't tend to be much of either at a crime scene, Eddie. Achoo! Are you alright, Eddie?
Yeah. But it sure is chilly in here.
Yes, it wasn't exactly warm out in the fountain room either. But it's even colder in here. Would you like to borrow my jacket?
No, I'm fine. And besides, you said you'd give it to me when I finally got my attorney's badge.
I did, didn't I?
Why do they have the heat down so low? Chocolate needs to be kept at the right temperature. Take a look behind that panel on the wall. What panel?
Look at that! It was here this whole time!
There's one in each of the contest rooms. Tangaroa hid them so they wouldn't spoil the aesthetic of our works.
And what do the controls do?
They adjust the temperature and the lighting. Goes all the way down to -22 degrees Fahrenheit, cold enough to keep any confectionery from melting.
So in effect, each room is a giant freezer.
It's 59 degrees in here! No wonder I'm cold!
Hey, Detective Bad! You, mind if we turn it up a little?
Preservation of the crime scene is the foundation of detective work.
But I'm not a detective! The saying goes for attorneys, Eddie. We must never disturb the scene of the crime.
Get used to the goals. It's all part of your training. Chocolate needs to be kept between 59 and 65 degrees. There's no way around it. You know the temperatures by heart, huh? Because it is your job. It's the very least I should know.
I didn't even get a chance to mute the audio. Damn.
Any real confectioner should be able to tell you that and more. Alright, what about lollipops and cream? If it's not too hot or too humid, a lollipop should be fine just about anywhere. Cream needs to be kept at around 50 degrees. Need to watch out for heat and humidity, huh? Duly noted.
Detective Bad kind of brightened up when he was talking about lollipops, didn't he? I suppose he must be very fond of them. I don't believe there is any more to be found here.
A candelabra made of chocolate. There's a title here, The Light of Life.
Well, this particular light seems to be missing one of its life-giving flames. Does it have some sort of symbolic meaning? Or could it be... It's a journal!
Oh, it's a journal belonging to the captain of the chocolate ship, also made of chocolate. A diary of despair. That's some title.
Come, hearken. See how we crossed the sea and rode the red tide to misery. Quite a jaunty rhyme for such a tragic-sounding tale. Looks like a fire alarm.
Yeah, and before you start prodding it, it's not made of chocolate. Push it and bells will start ringing. People will come running from the security room. A whole bunch of hassle. So don't. I know you want to, but don't.
Honestly, the thought hadn't even crossed my mind.
Typical attorney.
What does being an attorney have to do with anything? These controls can be used to adjust the room's temperature and lighting. Red, yellow, green, dark blue, light blue, white. That's a huge range.
Temperature is set to 59 degrees. Light color is set to white. The pieces in here are made of chocolate, that's why. White light makes them look better.
Mr. Tangaroa must see the room itself as a part of his carefully crafted creations. The picture is not
made of chocolate. It's the cover of a book, the ultimate cookbook.
The ultimate cookbook. In other words, the grand prize.
Yes, and framed in chocolate. Tangaroa showed it to all of us when he gathered us here to explain the rules.
The participants knew that the grand prize was in this room the whole time. I need some water. There's some very tasteful tableware here, along with some kitchen utensils. This tea set is of the same design as the one Miss Bound served us with earlier. You think Samson could have been drinking tea out of that? The pot and cup were dusted for prints. His were the only ones they found. And was that the case for the utensils too?
Everything else had been washed, so there weren't any prints to find.
And if Mr. Tangaroa was wearing gloves while he was working on his confectionaries, that could explain why prints were only found on the teapot and cup.
Gloves. Tangaroa wore them when he was working on his masterpiece over there. They're conveniently good at hiding fingerprints, too.
I suppose it's possible to employ them in such a manner, but is it really all that suspicious to find a pair of gloves in a kitchen like this?
I'm a detective. Everything's suspicious. That's the job.
Oh, I missed something. Oh, I didn't. Oh, wait. Oh, here. It's titled Voyage of the Red Rover.
After sailing the seven seas, the legendary ship happens upon a great treasure at last. This piece is a tribute to the adventurous spirit of our ancestors. Who knew?
So they sailed 6 whole seas before they found anything? Not exactly the luckiest crew out there.
Sometimes you gotta take a bunch of wrong turns before you find the truth. That's what being a real detective is all about.
Did they even have detectives back in those days? Could this be related to the evidence somehow? Yes, what a gorgeous design.
Really? This seems a bit out there to me. Like, how do you even get your tea in there?
Art isn't about function, Eddie. It's about form.
Guess I'll have to take your word for it, Mr. E. This art stuff is way beyond me. Look, there's something stamped on the bottom. It says PH.
I suppose that must be a Paul Halik's pottery mark. Those are his initials, after all. Miss Bound has said she is a big fan of his work.
His initials, huh? So if I'd made it, it would say EF?
Perhaps you should practice by initialing your personal belongings first.
What is it? You're doing this all wrong. An investigation is like a popsicle. You walk around the scene, look at stuff, talk to witnesses. Everything you do, it's like a lick of the popsicle. Slowly you eat away at it. Until all that's left is the stick. And written on that stick is the truth.
And I suppose I'd better hope it doesn't say guilty. Nothing has been moved since the body was found, correct?
Preserve the scene. That's rule number 1 of any investigation. They took the body away, but everything else, untouched.
Could you tell us a little more about the state of the body before it was taken away?
Found. Took a picture. You'll have to make do with that, Mr. Lawyer.
I get the feeling that the good detective is none too fond of defense attorneys. Probably best not to rely too much on him and search the scene for clues and contradictions myself. This must be the title of this piece.
Angel beset by thorns. That's pretty mysterious. Really gets you thinking, huh? I think I'm a fan. You have good taste. I'm especially fond of it myself. Simply captivating. Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Gusto praised me.
Now, Eddie, don't make this into a thorny issue by bragging about it.
You have bad taste. Is that a dad joke, Mr. Edgeworth? I better make note of this momentous occasion.
Or did I make a joke, Dad, or otherwise? Okay. stand broke and the ship collapsed with it. And the loud sound it made brought Miss Bound running.
Yeah, said the ship had already killed over by the time she got in here.
But why did the stand collapse? What caused it to break?
Maybe the whole thing was off balance from the get-go?
That really have been the case? All of Mr. Tangaroa's creations are missing a little piece each, including one of the stands that was holding up the ship. Somebody really went all out.
Do you think it could have been the killer?
It's certainly a possibility. Either way, I think we can safely say the stand was damaged in our mystery person's tampering spree. And when it broke, the ship fell and smashed open the treasure chest, which would have remained closed otherwise. I only have one left. So I need to deduce something. Maybe it's this?
Eureka!
Consider the relationship between the evidence and what we see before us. There's a contradiction.
Considering the ship before us and how you're lucky it's made of chocolate. Otherwise, you'd be on it right now, floating down that little stream over there.
Not exactly the most pleasant way to be ejected from a crime scene. I need to calm down and think this over once more time. I'm certain there's something missing that ought to be here. Something missing that ought to be here? Prizes, the ultimate cookbook, the title of World's Greatest Confectioner. Rules. 1. Judging will proceed clockwise from the leftmost room. All contestants to gather in Mr. Tangaroa's room when judging ends. 2. Non-confectionery items may not be used as decoration. Stands and display materials will be provided. 3. Contestants may not enter another contestant's room until judging has been completed.
Eureka!
I'm just guessing.
Eureka!
I'm really not sure.
Eureka! Eureka!
Stumped already. A new tip? 50% of gold? Oh. Thank you so much. I actually was supposed to change that goal to something else because I'm no longer buying Yakuza Kiwami 3 because there's controversy surrounding it. But thank you a lot for the tip. I hope that's not disappointing. I was planning on playing the remastered version, but it doesn't work on my computer. I don't know what the answer to this is. What is missing here that should be here? Okay, well, I tried everything on this, so it's not that. Is it maybe this?
Eureka!
No.
Eureka!
Okay, I think I'm gonna have to look up the answer. Let me just, real quick, look through this walkthrough. Confused. Whoa!
Rhythmix is just subscribed.
Thank you for the subscription, tier 1. Congratulations to you. And thank you so much for all the support. It's unexpected. My ice Pikmin emote. Thanks for using it. Only I use it. Okay. You're welcome. Thank you so much. That's really something.
Eureka! Eureka!
I don't know. I don't know what the answer to this is. What am I deducing?
Eureka!
Okay, I lost just now. Wait, okay, I need something called crime scene notes. What is the goal of this game? Oh, it's just, so far we're investigating a murder that took place 18 years ago. And I think, after we investigate, we go back to the present and investigate the murder again. But this time with, Gregory Edgeworth's son, Miles Edgeworth. Yeah, I have crime scene notes.
Eureka! Eureka!
This is supposed to be correct. Is now with a famous meme. There is a famous meme. I believe it's almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. I think that's the famous meme. missing piece of chocolate.
Eureka!
But I don't know where it is.
Eureka! Eureka!
I'm so confused. Nothing's working.
Eureka! Eureka!
I don't see it. Missing piece of chocolate. Where is it? I'm so confused. This is supposed to be the piece of evidence I used. Okay, let me look at that.
Eureka!
I finally got it. Thank fucking God. Jeez. You said the only thing that has been removed from the scene is the body?
Yeah, that and the piece of cloth it was wrapped in.
Then something here doesn't quite add up.
It doesn't?
Take another look at the scene in front of us, Detective. A very conspicuous pool of blood that should be here is clearly missing.
You're right. Don't remember anybody mentioning they removed the blood along with the body. Let me check with forensics.
What is it, Mr. E? What did you figure out? Compare the treasure chest in the photograph to the real thing. In the picture, the solid chocolate bottom continues underneath the deceased's head. And yet, that part of the chest is now gone. That part with the blood all over it! Exactly. So, did the police remove it? Or perhaps the killer?
It wasn't forensics. They're saying nobody took anything like that away.
Interesting. So somebody deliberately removed the blood from the scene?
Could be.
Investigation complete! Thank you. Thank you so much. I think we're about done here for now.
Well, if I wasn't convinced before, I am now. I think Aurora did it. No two ways about it.
What do you mean?
All the rooms in this place locked from the inside.
So it's a locked room mystery.
The only way to unlock them from the outside is with this key.
I see. And who had access to that key?
Who do you think? I think Aurora. And it's the only one. There aren't any copies. With the mansion key, Tangaroa could slip into anybody else's room at any time he liked. And he could even lock his own room from the outside if he wanted.
But Mr. Tangaroa's room wasn't locked, was it?
Nope, which is exactly what makes him a suspect.
Would you care to explain your thinking? Why I think Tangaroa did it?
If the door had been locked when the body was found, Tangaroa would have been the obvious suspect. Which is why he deliberately didn't lock his room. And why he smashed in the lid of the treasure chest so the body was on full display. Everyone was supposed to gather in his room when the judging finished up, so he made it look like the murder happened while he wasn't there. The one thing he didn't plan on was Balance finding the body. Anyway, that's my thinking on this whole thing. Good enough for you, Mr. Attorney?
Do you also believe it was Mr. Tangaroa who damaged the other pieces in this room?
Yep. I know you have to believe your client. That's your job. But I'm a detective, and I serve the law. No matter how squeaky clean somebody might seem, a suspect is still a suspect.
I fully understand your reasoning, Detective. Now, would you mind if I applied a little critical thinking of my own?
Do your worst.
Just as the detective won't compromise his devotion to the law, I won't compromise my beliefs either. And I'm not about to just accept his version of events. In fact, I'm going to show him the piece of evidence that highlights the contradiction in his claims. Rebuttal.
If the door had been locked when the body was found, Tinkerer would have been the obvious suspect.
Hold it!
That's hardly solid grounds on which to base your suspicion of Mr. Tangaroa, Detective.
And that's hardly solid grounds to start shouting objections left and right on, Mr. Attorney. Maybe quit interrupting and let me finish. Which is why he deliberately didn't lock his room.
Hold it!
And why would he deliberately not lock his room?
Because if he locked it, he might as well have held up a sign saying he did it since he had the only key.
But maybe it was just a coincidence. Maybe he just left it unlocked without meaning to.
He just happened to leave it unlocked and somebody just happened to find a body inside? Come on, kid. You'll never make detective thinking like that.
But I don't want to be a detective. I want to be an attorney. I'd be grateful if you'd stop trying to steal my apprentice.
Look, there's a reason why Tinkerer left his drawer unlocked. And why he smashed in the lid of the treasure chest, so the body was on full display.
Hold it!
You're saying Mr. Tangaroa himself deliberately smashed the treasure chest open?
Yep, if he hadn't, the body would have never been found.
I struggle to see how he managed to destroy his creation while judging the contest at the same time. Exactly! And besides, there's no way he would have disrespected his sweets. He eats every last crumb on Bacon Bop while dancing. That's the only way his stuff gets destroyed.
This isn't about what happens on TV, kid.
You know about Bacon Bop, Detective? Am I the only one who isn't familiar with this show? Wow, I never would have guessed! Can you sing the theme song too?
Never mind that now. Focus. The point is this. Tinkerer was responsible for breaking that lid. Everyone was supposed to gather in his room when the judging finished up.
Hold it!
The judging began in Mr. Gusto's room, correct?
Yeah. Kinda wanted to check his hard candy stuff out myself. In that case, how about a demonstration? Well, it's you, Detective.
Are you calling him a dirty dog?
It's a wolf. A lone wolf. I like it.
I'm starting to enjoy these little displays.
Anyhow. So he made it look like the murder happened while he wasn't there.
Hold it!
Do you have a clear idea of when exactly the murder took place?
Not yet. Autopsy report's still pending.
And yet you still went ahead and arrested Mr. Tangaroa?
We may not know when the murder happened, but we know when the body was discovered. It was while Tangaroa was judging Gusto's room. The perfect alibi if he could set it up just right.
But still not grounds for an arrest. Surely you have to agree with that.
Do I? Especially when I've got nothing more to say to you.
Why do I get the feeling he's hiding something? Detective Bad seems pretty convinced that Mr. Tangaroa is the culprit. But there's no way he would have vandalized his own creations. No way! So, the treasure just did get smashed in. There's no denying that. Perhaps we should focus more on what led to the body's discovery. Doing so should make it easier to spot the flaw in Detective Bad's theory. All contestants together in Mr. Tangaroa's room when judging ends. That's true. Ad break starts in 1 minute. Vixen's body was found in Samsa Tangaroa's room inside a chocolate treasure chest. The lid was closed until the ship collapsed. A part of the treasure chest that was covered in blood is missing.
Objection!
We've established that the body was hidden inside the chest, and that Miss Bound only came running into this room when she heard a sound. It seems reasonable to infer that the sound was that of the chocolate boat collapsing.
Sure, seems likely based on the evidence.
And yet you assert that it was Mr. Tangaroa who had smashed the lid of the chest. I believe this photo makes it clear that it was the ship that did the smashing. Okay, I'll be right back. Ad break starts soon. Okay, I'm back. I believe this photo makes it clear that it was the ship that did the smashing. And if that had occurred only moments before Miss Bound had entered the room, then it couldn't have been broken by Mr. Tangaroa, who was out judging the contest at that time.
I never said he did it then and there. He could have done something to the stand, so it collapsed when he was in the middle of judging.
Objection!
Have you any way of proving that assertion?
Nope, but the investigation isn't over yet. There's still time.
So he doesn't have anything conclusive. Have you found any prints in this room besides those of Mr. Tangaroa?
Yep, on the door. But we found Tangaroa's and Frost's prints on there too. We were all brought in here for a briefing, right before we started work on our creations. Those prints are probably from then.
I take it you haven't checked any of Mr. Tangaroa's works for prints yet?
Why would?
We know that somebody tampered with them. Therefore, it's possible they left some prints behind when they did so.
Fine, but if we don't find anything, your guy's still top of my list. Got it? You, check all the chocolate stuff for prints now. Yes, sir, right away. Detective Bad, we finished testing the chocolate and we found prints that don't belong to Mr. Tangaroa, sir. Go on, whose? Alicia Stone, sir. She's one of the contestants. Good work. You can go back to whatever you were investigating before. Yes, sir!
The fucking water? So it seems we have a suspect besides Mr. Tangaroa.
Even without your lawyerly input, I wasn't about to wrap up the investigation anyway. I'll go speak to Miss Scone and see what she has to say for herself.
Delicious Scone. Mr. Gusto mentioned her too. He said that she was ruthless, that she'd do anything to win.
This Scone lady sounds like a pretty suspicious character, huh, Mr. E?
Yes. I think we better try to speak with her ourselves as well. Detective Bad, would you mind if we accompanied you?
Babysitting you is not my job.
Oh, come on!
But I guess you did pick up a couple of useful clues already. So if you want to tag along, be my guest.
Thank you, Detective. You're too kind.
But Detective Bad, sir! I don't think that's such a good idea. The lead prosecutor is still busy in there. It'll be fine. Me and him don't exactly see eye to eye anyhow.
Who is this him? Who did they assign the case to?
Manfred von Karma.
What? They gave it to von Karma? He hasn't lost a case in 25 years! Manfred von Karma, a living legend over at the prosecutor's office. We've never faced one another in the courtroom, but I've heard plenty of stories. They say he'll do anything to ensure a guilty verdict. But I can't let that distract me. For now, I need only continue to do what I believe is right.
Miracle Marble just traded with 12
Hi, Marble!
viewers.
Thank you for the raid! I really appreciate it! Hi, Raiders! I'm Melody Wisp, an accessibility provider. And I'm currently playing the Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. We're in the middle of Case 3, which involves Miles Edgeworth's father, Gregory. We're investigating a murder that took place 18 years ago currently. That we know the outcome of it already, that the defendant was found guilty, I believe. And I guess we're going to investigate in the present soon as well. Anyway, thank you for the raid. What were you up to? To be continued. December 24th, 7:30 p.m. Contest venue, Scone's room. Is that Delisha Scone? She looks like she's not a part of this game. She's looking a little peculiar. I'm gonna give her the highest pitch voice. Whoa, a candy castle! And look, there are even some little elves to go with it. Of course, I was playing Diaries of a Spaceport Janitor. It's a game where you can eat trash and the skull yells at you. That sounds like the perfect description of a game, if I've ever heard one.
Room's laid out. Pretty much the same as Tango Row was.
It's not as cold, though. That's something.
Let's see. Yeah, looks like there's a temperature control panel in here, too.
Over there, where that orange light is, right? We'd better take a closer look at it when we can. It's like a fairy tale storybook in here. And this whipped cream-covered construction must be the work of Miss Delicious Scone.
Where is Miss Scone?
Me? Why, I'm just over here, dearie. Oh, just look at you lovely boys. Delicious Scone at your service. Some cheeky blighters back in Blighty even called me Miss Delicious. Hee.
Also lovely boy at 34.
Unexpected, to say the least.
Lovely boys? Really? Even Mr. E?
Oh yes, dear. You, the detective over there. You're all lovely boys to me.
I'm nobody's lovely boy, lady. Name's Bad.
I wonder just how old she is.
Finish this up so we can get out of here, Mr. Attorney.
Yes, alright.
Objection!
What's the meaning of this? Chit-chatting with the defense.
It's Manfred, huh?
Mr. Edgeworth, some scary guy just stepped out of the castle. Von Karma. What? He's Manfred Von Karma?
Sorry, mannequins!
The notorious prosecutor Von Karma himself.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Von Karma. Gregory Edgeworth, attorney at law.
I couldn't care less what your name is. Your job is to lose to me and disappear, never to show your sniveling face again.
What a thoroughly rude individual.
Those piercing eyes! That furrowed brow! You're even scarier than they say!
And you might want to keep such rude thoughts to yourself, Eddie. We were hoping you might permit us to carry out some brief inquiries, Mr. Von Karma.
Huh! And why would I wish to extend you any such courtesy?
This clearly isn't going to be easy.
So long as your inquiries are limited to this room, I suppose I'll allow it.
Why the sudden change of heart?
You, the tall fellow. Name's Bad. That's so hard to remember. I didn't ask for your opinion. The thoughts of a lowly detective do not concern me. But I do admire your spirit. Bad. See to it that these worms don't step out of line. Why do I have to? I am not offering you a choice, detective. I need to go and look over Gusto's room. Good day. Great. More babysitting.
Why aren't Detective Bad and Mr. Von Karma investigating together? They don't seem to know each other well enough for there to be bad blood between them. Well, looks like we have permission to investigate. Guess we better get to it. Indeed. I'm not sure I trust Mr. Von Karma's motives, but at least we could do that much.
Hold up. I haven't been over this room yet either. You're not messing it up before I get my chance. You'll have to wait till I'm done.
Huh? But I thought you were the lead detective. How come you didn't take a look at this room yet?
Because I wasn't the first one they assigned. One of Von Karma's pets was on the job before me. Right up until just now, in fact. I got here not long before you did.
That answers my question as to why they're working separately, I suppose. What say we look over the room together, Detective? It worked out well enough before. Then you won't have to worry about us messing things up. You can keep an eye on us as we go.
What kind of screwball attorney asked to have a detective breathing down his neck? Guess I'm stuck with you for a little while longer.
Yes! You're amazing, Mr. E! You have our thanks, Detective Bad.
Don't be too grateful. This is my scene. The second you get in my way, you're out of here.
Of course. We understand. Now, shall we begin? Begin investigation. It's an incredible piece of work. Hard to believe this whole castle is made out of sugar and cream.
I know, right? It's like we're inside a magical medieval story or something.
I didn't know you were so into such fantastical things.
Sorry, Miss Edgeworth. Didn't mean to get so carried away there.
Oh, no. No need to apologize. I admire your enthusiasm. I sometimes wish my son was as animated as you.
You have a son, Mr. E?
I do. He's still at elementary school, and yet he'd rather read a statute book than a fairy tale. I can't help but worry that his interests will make it hard for him to make friends.
Don't say that.
You sound super interesting. You make a ton of friends, me included, I'm sure. I like to think you'd be more of a stop eating paper. Just stop. Stop with the ripping out of the paper from the notebook, the chewing in your mouth, the swallowing afterward. You gotta stop it, dude. That's not healthy.
A big brother, huh?
There you go, swallowing.
Guess I have some growing up to do. Better take this more seriously.
Indeed. Then with that in mind, shall we continue our investigation? The doors of the castle have been left wide open.
Yeah, was the guy born in a barn? He could have at least closed them behind him.
I'd like to see you say that to Mr. Von Karma's face, Eddie.
Wait, there's a bunch of stuff inside.
See?
Hold it, kid. If anyone's gonna be handling evidence, it'll be me. This scream's going all runny.
It's all over the detective's shoes. Why are all these items being stored inside a candy castle?
Alright, tell me what you want me to look at first. There's a bunch of blue cloth back there. 1, 2, 3, 4 rolls altogether.
Well, they certainly aren't made of candy.
No idea what this stuff is for. Almost looks like somebody hid it in here.
And I think I've seen fabric of the same color somewhere else before.
2 big rock crystals? Looks like somebody was using the castle for storage.
Kinda expected something a little more exciting behind those doors. Oh, I know. Maybe they're giant uncut gemstones. And maybe this whole thing is based on a story about a castle with a priceless treasure hidden inside. I think I'd treat my priceless treasures with a little more care. There's something on the bottom of them.
Looks like a little stand or something.
I was right, they are gemstones! The stands must be so they can be put on display. Well, whatever they are, it seems they're not just a large set of paperweights.
Huh.
These pillars, they have hexagonal indentations.
Looks like something's supposed to go in there. Well, whatever they were, they're long gone.
Hexagonal indentations, huh?
I wonder. Castle's covered in whipped cream, so maybe a giant strawberry?
A giant strawberry with a hexagonal bottom?
Look, I like strawberries, okay? Can't blame a guy for wishing.
I prefer bananas myself. Blueberries for me. Insightful. Is there anything else to look at in here? Nope. The rock crystal stands and the pillars in front of the castle feature the same hexagonal shape. I believe the crystals are meant to be placed on top of the pillars.
Oh yeah, hexagon to hexagon. Makes perfect sense.
But if that's the case, then why were they being hidden inside the castle? The rolls of blue cloth and the rock crystals inside the castle. I imagine both must belong to Miss Scone. Miss Scone? What were you using the items inside the castle for?
Oh, those? Sorry, Lambkin, but I'm not allowed to say.
Let me guess. Von Karma?
Eek! How did you know? Please don't ask me to tell you. You'll have my guts for garters.
It seems the prosecution really has no intention of sharing anything with the defense.
Man, thought we were onto something with those giant rock crystals, but...
What's that, dearie? You're interested in my little trinkets?
Your trinkets?
Yes, my sweets. I use them to make people all lovely and relaxed.
You use rock crystals and cloth to do that?
I do. It's wonderful. You should see it. And they're not just any old rock crystals either. They're great big lumps of salt with lights inside them.
Wow, those things are lamps?
Oh, that's not even the half of it. Those cloths hold an even more exciting secret.
She really opened up the moment we started talking about her trinkets.
Since you're here, why don't I give you lovely boys a taste of my relaxation magic, Oh, Betty Bumpkin! Can you get it all out and set it up for me?
Her name is that.
Is that a no? Why are you being so selfish, Betty Bumpkin?
You, have you finished taking photos of this room yet? Yes, sir, we have, sir. Then help Miss Scone here with something, will you? Yes, sir, right away, sir.
Oh, you're a sweetie at heart, aren't you, Batty Bee?
That's amazing, Miss Scone. You got him to do exactly what you wanted. That's some talent.
Thank you ever so much, Battykins. And you, Officer Lovely.
She's even giving nicknames to the forensics guys now.
I guess it's her way of showing that she cares.
So, what about this is supposed to be? Relaxing exactly?
Oh, don't be a big sourpuss, Batty Bee. The fun's only just beginning. Officer Lovely, you can switch it on now.
Yes, ma'am. Oh.
Wow, it's beautiful!
It is. I wish my son were here to see it. Isn't it though? Isn't it just wonderful? The four adorable elves in the sweetest little castle made of sweets. That's my theme, you see. And I thought it would be extra lovely if it was all lit up. Isn't it the nicest thing you've ever seen?
One of the elves must be feeling a little left out.
This is how I was supposed to look for the contest. But I'm glad you lovely boys get to see it at least.
Wait, shouldn't the lamps be lit up too?
What's happened there, I wonder?
I think we better take a look at the lamps and the elves one more time. Let's look around the entire place first. There's a blowtorch and some chemicals here. I guess it's all for cooking with. I wonder what these chemicals are. Let's take a look at the labels. Mango down 911, homicyanide 247.
Wait, they're all poisons? No, sir, they're common colorings and flavorings used in candies and desserts.
The first is concentrated mango, boiled down to its purest essence. Hence, mango down.
They're asking for trouble with a name like that.
Now I'm curious as to what homicyanide might be.
Don't turn around, don't turn around!
You turn around, you'll eat it! Can't eat the castle, don't eat the castle! I guess he's watching his sugar intake. There's a small door on the wall here, just like with Mr. Tangaroa's room.
Here, I'll open it.
Temperature 68 degrees, light set to green.
Didn't Gusto say cream needs to be kept at 50 degrees? Temperature in here is too high.
That is odd. I wonder why. It's a cute little elf made of candy, and it's sitting on a little tree stump. The fabric above it and the other decorations around it really add to the dreamlike atmosphere. Stare at it for too long, and we might get swept up in the fantasy ourselves.
Yeah, well, our job is to stay right here in reality and get to the bottom of all this. Nobody's getting swept up in any flight of fancy on my watch.
This elf doesn't have an illuminated cloth over it like the others. It's not fair to leave a poor guy out, Miss Scone.
Well, I didn't want to, did I, dear? But one of my cloths and one of my little machines went missing.
A cloth? And what sort of machine exactly?
Oh, you'll never guess how it all works. Those luminous cloths are connected to these little thingamajigs. They're called, full spectrum light emitting devices. They send light down the main cable and into each optical fiber strand. That's what makes the cloth grow. With a little bit of fiddling, you can change the light to any color in the whole wide world. Bright red like ferocious fiery flames. Cold blue like clinking crystals of ice. They have these special batteries that last for donkey's years, and they don't mind a cloth cold at all.
Donkey's ears? I've never heard of that expression before. Forgive me, so these machines, what makes the special luminous cloth light up in all these cool, beautiful colors, Mr. E? I see. So much new technology, I can barely keep up.
So these light-emitting devices, you lost one of them in a piece of luminous cloth?
That's right, Lambkin. Heaven only knows where they could have got to.
This cloth, it could have something to do with the case.
What's the matter? Something weird about the ladder?
It's not a ladder, Detective Bat. It's a step ladder. Oh, we're back to this joke again.
Same difference.
Far from it, actually. You'd know if you observe their basic natures more closely. Amazing, Mr. E! I'll have to remember this for future reference. We're looking into the true nature of ladders and step ladders. I got an achievement for it. These must be the various tools Miss Scone used to build her castle. Buckets filled with cream, trowels, and a brush. You have pâtissier or plasterer?
Don't you go making jokes at my expense, you cheeky young devil! I don't just slap stuff on walls like a silly old plasterer. I have to spread the cream out lovely and smooth, and work out all the rough patches.
That's literally exactly what a plasterer does.
The 4 adorable elves in the sweetest little castle made of sweets. So that's the theme behind Miss Scone's creations, huh?
Unlucky for her, things aren't quite as sweet around here as she's trying to make out. What is it? Rooms laid out in the same way as Tangaroa's.
Does anything else strike you as strange?
Von Karma was inside the castle. Must have been looking around in there. Who knows? Maybe he had a reason to.
And what about Miss Scone? Does she seem suspicious to you?
She's hiding something. I put my badge on it. Call it Detective's Intuition.
Detective's intuition, huh? Well, I have to say, I don't disagree. Something's not right here. I think we'd better hear Miss Scone's side of the story.
Now that we know more, we should probably take another look at a few things.
Agreed. The luminous clock, the elves, and the lamps. I think all 3 might merit a second glance.
Why were they in the castle? More to the point, why were they hidden inside the castle? Something stinks, and it's not all this cream that's going bad, it's Scone.
We should look over the scene again and see if we can uncover anything new. The whipped cream in this room is collapsing because the temperature is too high.
It's 68 degrees. My messed up shoes can vouch for that.
And yet, when you open the doors to the castle, the handles themselves were just fine.
Yeah, they were sturdier than expected.
Sturdy? That's not the way I would describe most things made of confectionaries. I think we better take another look at those handles, don't you?
What the?
I think it's safe to say those handles aren't made of candy.
It's not just the handles, the whole castle, the little elves. They're all just plastic models with whipped cream smeared on top.
What? So none of this is confectionery art after all? No, it's simply made to look like candy, with the cream having been added to lend it all an air of authenticity. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention.
My shoes are already covered in cream.
Rhythmix is just
Thank you
redeemed
for hydrate. I certainly needed it.
I wouldn't go any closer unless you want the same thing to happen to you.
You've seen what's behind those doors. There's really no need to look again. The lamps appear to be broken.
Bulbs are smashed. Both of them.
Maybe they fell and broke on the floor. Whoops, that's Fender. Look, there's a red stain on the one on the left. Not just a stain, that's...
Yup. It's blood alright. Can smell it.
What? Blood? Why is there blood on this lamp? Do they have something to do with why its bulb is broken? We better take a closer look at the other one, too. But Mrs. Scone had actually intended to use these lamps in her display.
Then why were they stashed inside the castle?
Maybe because they're broken?
Except, there's plenty of other places she could have put them.
Best place to hide some salt is in some sugar. Isn't that how it goes? Or perhaps the best place to hide a tree is in a forest. Anyway, if her intention was to put these salt lamps in her final display, that contradicts a certain piece of evidence in my possession. I'll need to point it out by making a deduction. intention was to put these salt lamps in our final display that contradicts a certain piece of evidence. Maybe it's the contest rules?
Eureka!
Take a look at the list of rules for the contest, detective.
Non-confectionery items may not be used as decoration.
That means the salt lamps and the luminous cloths would both have been against the rules. Is that why they were stashed away inside the castle? I think we need to dig a little further into this with Miss Scum before we can say for sure. We know that the victim was struck and killed with something blunt. And we found blood on one of the lamps, which has a smashed bulb inside. Could the lamp not have been the murder weapon?
For sure! It could definitely do enough damage to kill someone! You, science guy. You finished analyzing the blood from the lamp yet? Yes, sir! Just got done a minute ago, sir! The blood is the victim's, no doubt about it! There you have it.
So the murder weapon was hidden in Miss Scone's room. I'm beginning to think we may need to add her to our list of suspects. So not only did she use decorations that were against the rules, she didn't even make any real sweets. Miss Scone made a mockery of the rules.
Yeah, guess she's not gonna get crowned world's greatest now.
And why is it so warm in here? Do you think it's got something to do with all this? That's a good question. I think we better go ask Miss Scone herself.
What's the matter, Miss Scone? You seem a whole lot less cheerful than you were a minute ago.
Isn't this Servant Karma? Something happened between you two?
Oh, well, yes. Nothing happened at all.
But you just said yes.
That was a hello yes, you silly boy. Aren't you just the sweetest little sugar dumpling? Remind me, what was her name again?
Oh, Eddie.
Eddie Lumpkin. Oh, you'll go far, dearie. I could tell.
Eddie Lumpkin?
It seems our English gentlewoman has taken a liking to you, Eddie. No small accomplishment.
She's been English the whole time? I can't do an English accent.
She's not exactly what I picture when I think of a gentlewoman, Mr. E.
Never mind that now. We should ask her a few questions while we can. Could you tell us about what you did over the course of the contest?
Of course, dearie. Let's see. It all started at about 10 in the morning. That's when we set to work. And, well, I spent most of the time here in my room getting everything ready as you'd expect. Ooh, and then there was a lovely afternoon tea for an hour or so from around 1, I think.
Afternoon tea?
It's an English tradition. A chance to drink tea, enjoy a snack, and make small talk.
So, kind of like recess?
I suppose you could say that.
Oh, you really know your onions, don't you, Greggy Peggy? Greggy Pegleg, such a clever boy.
When did I become Greggy? And where was this afternoon tea served?
Out in the garden, of course. There's a lovely little one just outside. They do it at the same hour every break time during the contest. Lay on a nice little spread, you know? But today, only me, Samson Silly Pants, and Moody Judy were there for it. Jimmy Poo had already finished his big creation, so he was there the whole time. But poor old Chili Winks and Gusty Pants hadn't missed out because they hadn't finished yet, bless them.
You're saying everybody except Mr. Frost and Mr. Gusto were present?
That's right, dear. To tell you the truth, I hadn't finished yet either. But I wasn't about to miss out on tea and cake served by our two TV superstars. I went right back to work when I finished them. Fiddled off while the others were still nattering away.
And at any point during the contest, did you visit any of the other competitors' rooms?
What? No, dear, don't be silly.
That's strange, because your fingerprints were found in Mr. Tangaroa's room.
Eek! Caught red-handed.
Wait, so you admit you were there?
Oh, well, I can hardly deny it now, can I? But I didn't kill anybody, I swear. I suppose I better tell you what really happened. Promise you'll believe me, won't you, dear?
What exactly were you doing in Mr. Tangaroa's room?
Well, I suppose you'd call it research.
Research?
Sammy Poople's a dab hand when it comes to the old sweet making. Everybody knows that. But when I noticed there was no one in there, I just hopped in for a quick bit of research, like I say.
What kind of research? Leaves fingerprints.
Yes, well, it stands to the reason I leave fingerprints, doesn't it? After all, it's hardly research if you don't have a little nibble now, is it?
What? You ate little pieces of them?
So, the traces of tampering in Mr. Tangaro's room. That was all you? I'm ever so sorry, sweeties. I didn't mean to make a mess. I had to take a little bite here and there, didn't I? I didn't want poor Sammy Poople getting upset, so it was just the teeniest bits and pieces. And the sand holding up the ship? You took a bite out of that too, I suppose? Oh yes, dear, of course I did!
It was you. You brought the whole thing crashing down.
Eep! I'm sorry, my lovely, truly I am.
Hold on, is that why you left the afternoon tea early? You were heading off for a second helping of sweets?
Look, just please believe me. I never killed anybody, I promise.
Her actions were certainly suspicious, but that's about all we can say for now. Miss Scone, why is the temperature of your room set to 68 degrees?
Because I hate the cold, don't I, dearie? And besides, being chilly's no good for a girl. If I want to keep my fresh-faced complexion, I've got to be careful about these things. We ladies have to stay young, don't you know?
How old is she really, though? That's what I'd like to know. It's not polite to speculate on a person's age, Eddie.
But most of your work is made out of whipped cream. And whipped cream needs to be kept at 50 degrees, or it starts to deflate.
Is that so, dearie? Well, silly me, eh? I've only gone and made a whoopsie.
Wait, you really didn't know that? Look, world-class confectioner, my foot.
Not only did she break the rules by using fake candy, she's ignorant of basic facts about her supposed craft. Miss Scone grows more mysterious by the minute.
Oh, look at that! You have the loveliest toys, Becky Pegleg. That color, oh no, that won't do. Here, let me put a lovely splodge of cream on it.
Please stop that.
Ooh, you've got quite the eye, haven't you, dearie? You'd be amazed at how it works. Actually, never mind. I can't go giving away my secrets now, can I?
Well, that was strange. What just happened? Did Mr. Von Karma bully her into staying silent about what she knows? Miss Scone appears to lack basic knowledge about how confectionery is created, and she says that she snuck into another entrance room for research purposes. Hardly the actions of a world-class confectioner competing for a major prize.
Yeah, not how I'd picture a top pro acting. Does she maybe just lack a little confidence, or
is she not actually a confectioner at all? Perhaps she had another agenda altogether. After all, we only have her word for it that she went into that room to do some research.
Wait, you mean maybe she went in there to commit a murder?
There's no way of saying so for certain just yet. She is hiding something, that much I'm certain of. Investigation complete.
That's enough investigating for now, don't you think?
Yes, we've certainly found plenty of interest. Something's been bothering me for a while now. Mr. Von Karma would have surely found the murder weapon when he searched this room. And yet, he didn't arrest Miss Scone. He didn't even seem interested in questioning her. I think our first priority should be to find out what he's really up to. Detective Thad, I have a few things I'd like to ask Mr. Von Karma.
Me too. Him and Scone.
Eek! How could you, Batty Bumpkin? Stop staring at me like that.
It appears Detective Thad is just as suspicious of Mr. Von Karma and Miss Scone as I am. Miss Scone, would you be so kind as to accompany us?
Of course, dear. Where are we off to?
To find Mr. Von Karma. December 24th, 8:05 p.m. Contest venue, Fountain Room. Mr. Von Karma, we'd like to speak with you if that's alright.
Judging by your faces, I'm guessing you found the murder weapon?
We did. It was in Miss Scone's room.
which means that Mr. Tangaroa should no longer be the only person of interest.
Huh, nonsense. It doesn't matter where the weapon was found, Tangaroa is guilty. And as long as this is my case, guilty he shall remain.
How can you be so sure of Mr. Tangaroa's guilt? You have an explanation, I assume? For why the murder weapon was in Miss Scone's room?
Of course I do. And I'll be delighted to share it with you.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to do this really deep voice the whole time. The murder weapon.
Tangaroa killed Frost with one of Stone's salt lamps in order to frame her for the murder. To complete the deception, he took it back to her room once the deed was done. After all, if it had been found near the victim's body, Tangaroa would have seemed doubly suspicious. A body may be hard to move, but a murder weapon? Considerably less so. And that is why there is no piece of evidence on the scene that pointed to a particular suspect.
So it's your assertion that Mr. Tangaroa took the salt lamp back to Miss Scone's room?
It is indeed. But it is more than an assertion. It is a fact based on my own investigation.
You mean you have proof that he did so?
I don't need any such thing.
What?
Tisk, tisk, tisk. If you have a rebuttal, I'll be happy to hear it. But I highly doubt you'll be able to fault my logic.
Rebuttal.
Tangaroa killed Frost with one of Stone's salt lamps in order to frame her for the murder.
Hold it!
So he took one of the salt lamps from Miss Scone's room back to his own?
Indeed. He prepared it beforehand, knowing that it would be the perfect weapon with which to kill Frost.
But we found the lamp in Miss Scone's room. Surely this casts Miss Scone herself in a suspicious light.
Perhaps if you would let me finish. No, as I was saying. To complete the deception, he took it back to her room once the deed was done.
Hold it!
You're talking about the lamp made of rock salt that was hidden inside the candy castle, correct?
Precisely. I was the one who found it. So be grateful. It's thanks to me you even have such a vital piece of evidence.
What made you go inside the castle in the first place, if you don't mind me asking?
Good point. Maybe he just wanted to see what it was like in there?
Attention!
Fool, do you think I went in there on a whim? I went in there because detectives are an incompetent lot, so I investigated it myself. But I had nothing to do with the initial investigation.
That's right, Detective Thad wasn't a part of this investigation until very recently.
If you want my trust, detective, you'll have to earn it. And a good first step would be to stop wasting my time. Now, if you'll allow me to continue. After all, if it had been found near the victim's body, Tangaroa would have seemed doubly suspicious.
Hold it!
But he came under suspicion anyway due to the body being in his room. So why—
Attention!
Would you like to hear a favorite expression of mine? Even a dog can hold still and stay. Now let me finish.
Only I could say the same to you.
A body may be hard to move, but a murder weapon, considerably less so.
Hold it!
So you think he hid the body in the chest but removed the murder weapon from the crime scene?
Yes, he foolishly believed his own creation to be the perfect hiding place.
Eek, I'm sorry, I had to help myself. I think you mean you couldn't help yourself, no?
He doesn't seem very sorry to me. In any case, the weapon was taken away while the body remained at the scene of the crime. And that is why there was no piece of evidence on the scene that pointed to a particular suspect.
Hold it!
But if there's no proof, how can you say for certain that Mr. Tangaroa is the culprit?
Attention!
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Is that the best you can do at pressing me? Listen here, the presence of the body in Tangaroa's room is in itself proof of his guilt.
Objection!
And you didn't find evidence pointing to any other possible suspects? Perhaps you should take another look. You might—
Attention!
You really don't give up, do you? There is no need to take another look. Tangaroa is guilty. End of story. If you insist on asserting otherwise, then show me some proof to back up your ridiculous claims.
I have to think back over the scene of the crime. If Mr. Tangaroa really isn't guilty, then there must be something that points to somebody else. Pressing Mr. Von Karma on any of his statements won't have much of an effect, I fear. My only hope is to find a piece of evidence that contradicts his claims.
No, it's not. Dude. Whoops.
Objection! Objection!
It was that all along. It's true that the murder weapon and the blood-stained chocolate were removed from the scene of the crime, but something else remained that does point to one person in particular. Take another look at the photograph of the body, if you will. The cloth covering the victim's lower half, is that not one of the same luminous cloths we found in Miss Scone's room?
What's that, dearie? One of my lovely colorful cloths? At the scene of the crime, you say?
Luminous cloth? Nonsense. I see no light to speak of.
I guess he doesn't know how it works. It may look like ordinary fabric at first glance, but attach one of these light-emitting devices, and the difference soon becomes apparent. Look at his face. I don't think he was expecting that. The fact that the cloth can be lit up is neither here nor there. We have to show why it's important. One of the rolls of cloth from Miss Scone's room went missing, and if you look closely at the blue cloth in the picture, wouldn't you say it's clearly made of the same material, Mr. Von Karma? The salt lamp and the luminous cloth both belong to Miss Scone, and seeing as the body was wrapped in said cloth, surely even you have to admit that's suspicious? Mr. Von Karma, I think it's time to accept that a number of factors point to Miss Scone as a person of interest.
Eek! Raggy Pegleg, how could you? You're accusing me of all people?
I'm not accusing you of anything just yet, but I do think you're hiding something.
That's not...
Objection!
Just to clarify, your assertion is that both the murder weapon and the cloth were in Miss Scone's room prior to the murder?
Exactly.
Tisk, 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 tisk.
Is something funny?
Only that you've walked so carelessly into my trap. Neither the cloth nor the murder weapon were in fact in our room, so sorry to have to break it to you.
What does he mean?
Tinkerora spotted them before the contest began, and noted that the lamps and cloth contravened the rules. He subsequently confiscated them and took them to his own room for safekeeping.
What?
Then, after the contest began, nobody saw hide nor hair of Frost as he had secluded himself in his room. And the only person capable of entering his locked room was Tangaroa, possessing as he did the only key. And as you now know, he was also in possession of the lamp used to commit the murder. So you see, I have had everything I need to get Tangaroa convicted all along. Well, how does it feel? To have lost to me before even setting foot in the courtroom.
This can't be happening.
Oh, wait! All their hard work was for nothing? Miss Scone!
Why didn't you tell us all your stuff was confiscated by Mr. Tangaroa?
Well, dear, Mannequin said that if I spilled the beans, I'd end up being the one under suspicion.
Mr. Von Karma said that?
And he wasn't wrong now, was he? You two accused me yourself just a second ago.
Tisk. Pathetic.
Curse you, Von Karma. You led us to the murder weapon knowing we'd make certain assumptions as a result.
One more thing, my pathetic friend. There are two, and only two, sets of fingerprints on the murder weapon.
Two?
Yes, those of Delisha Stone and Samson Tangaroa. No others were found. Tangaroa used the lamp he had confiscated to murder Frost, and was foolish enough to hide it in Stone's room without first removing his fingerprints. Tisk. At this rate, no one will even need to testify. My perfect evidence will do all the talking for me as I secure his guilty verdict.
Objection!
Oh, wait! What about the luminous cloth that was left behind in Mr. Tangaroa's room?
What about it? You probably meant to return after disposing of the body.
I don't have enough to disprove any of what he's saying.
Tisk. No more pitiful objections. Then get out of my sight and close the door behind you.
Mr. E! I'm not about to just give up.
I see you need to waste more of my time. Bad, escort them off the premises now. This investigation is not over yet.
Detective Bad!
What is the meaning of this? Sorry, but I'm not in the habit of leaving cases half solved. There's still one last thing from the crime scene we haven't identified.
He's right. We still have the evidence of somebody's activities to account for.
We can discuss your lingering doubts at our leisure, Detective. But whatever they might be, they're no business of the defense's.
Objection!
I beg to differ. There's a piece of evidence I'm still not satisfied about either. And I suspect it might be the same thing that's bothering Detective Bad.
What?
This is the yet unidentified something that was left in Mr. Tangaroa's room. Is it this?
Take that!
We still haven't properly identified this piece of evidence.
That's not what I was thinking of.
Oh?
It seems you're the only one who isn't satisfied here. And I assure you there is no such thing as an unidentified piece of evidence to Yvonne Karma.
Picked the wrong thing. Still, a single question does remain. This is the unidentified something that was left in Mr. Tangaroa's room.
Take that!
There are finger marks on one of Mr. Tangaroa's creations. Supposing they belong to the murderer, it could certainly explain how their prints didn't end up on the murder weapon.
How do you know so much about the crime scene? Because I let them look around. You let the defense examine the scene, Bad? Are you out of your mind? I don't remember you telling me not to. Insolent worm. You would do well to remember this then, Detective. That the results of your next salary review are up to me. Oof.
Detective Bad's in trouble now too. I'm sure glad you're my boss, Mr. Edgeworth. And you do well to remember that the results of your salary review are up to your performance here.
A mere attorney uncovering such a fact based on a cursory investigation. I'm almost impressed. But it's entirely possible that those finger marks belong to Tangaroa. After all, he wore gloves while preparing his creations.
Objection!
But can you prove conclusively that the finger marks are his? Furthermore, there is still something about Miss Scone that doesn't add up.
Is there? Or are you simply not prepared to admit defeat?
Oh, stop it, Greggy! Stop it! Stop it! Why are you being so mean to your dear poor old pal Felicia? I owned up to nibbling poor Sammy Pooples with sweeties. What more do you want? I don't want to have to make you a suspect. That much is certain. But you lied to us. And you're still not telling us everything. Greggy, stop it! Stop bullying me! I'm sorry, but you don't even know the temperature whipped cream should be kept at. What kind of professional confectioner doesn't know something as fundamental as that? I'm sorry, alright? I'm sorry I'm just a silly muddle-headed girl. What more do you want me to say? I don't think you're muddle-headed at all. I think that you were never a confectioner in the first place.
Enough. I'll thank you to keep your baseless accusations to yourself. Evidence is everything in a courtroom, in case you've forgotten. If you're going to accuse a witness of perjury, then I demand that you present something to back it up.
But this isn't a courtroom, is it? Nevertheless, what proof do I have that Miss Stone doesn't know the first thing about making desserts?
Take that!
Every single one of Miss Scone's creations break the rules of the contest.
The offending items, the clocks and the lamps were duly confiscated as we have established, and the witness did not go and bring them back to her room herself.
Objection!
But those weren't the only rule-breaking items in her room.
What?
The entire fantastical world Miss Scone created, every last bit of it, it's all just a collection of plastic models slathered in whipped cream. That cream is the only authentic confectionery in the room. No real world title contender would ever stoop so low.
Is this true, Bad? Yep, saw it with my own eyes. Stepped in it with my own shoes.
Did we finally convince him? With her lies exposed like this, surely he can't continue to deny the facts. Miss Stone, your actions place you firmly on our list of suspects. But no, dear, I'm no killer. Then why don't you finally start telling us the truth? Who are you really, and why were you tampering with your rival's work?
Alright. The truth is, I'm not the adorable little cookie you see before you. I'm actually a pharmacist, if you can believe it.
A pharmacist? Can't blame him for being so surprised. This couldn't be further from what he'd imagined. So what's somebody in your line of work doing entering a contest like this one?
Well, I just love eating sweeties, you must know. And Sammy Poople sweets are the best, or so they say. I just had to enter. I didn't mean to end up making it all the way to the final.
Even Mr. Von Karma is lost for words. That's it? That's the only reason you're here?
Yes, dearie, and it was worth it. Samson's silly pants and sweets are the tastiest treats I ever did eat.
And the finger marks. Were you the one wearing—
Sorry, mannequins!
Her head may not be filled with cream, but she's certainly no master of subterfuge. Miss Stone, were Mr. Kangaroo's works the only ones you sampled?
No, dear. I couldn't help myself. When I'd finished my afternoon tea, I tiptoed over to Chili Wink's room for a little taste, too.
You were in the victim's room, too?
Yes, dear. Nobody was in there, you see.
Quite possibly because the occupant was already dead.
But I could only stomach one little bite. I never tasted anything so salty in all my life. So I had myself one of the tasty star-shaped bits off the side to cleanse my palate.
You have quite the sweet tooth, don't you, Miss Stone? Indeed. What didn't she sample?
That's everything. I promise. Raggy Peggles, mannequins. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make a mess of things.
As long as what you've told us is the truth, that's all that matters in the end. Do not think for a second that this means I myself believe you. I'm going to investigate the victim's room now. We'll see how truthful you've really been after I'm through. Mr. Von Karma, please let us accompany you. I think it's only fair that we be allowed to investigate the veracity of our conclusions. Accompany me if you like. Don't think for a second you'll be permitted to conduct your own investigation. We'd like to accompany you all the same. December 24th, 9 o'clock p.m. Contest venue. Frost room. What is the meaning of this? When we got to Frost's room, we saw nada. It was all gone. The whole enchilada. What? Was this the work of the culprit? A dead body hidden in a chocolate chest. A murder weapon moved mysteriously to another room. This case was a real peach, and it was going to take some serious sleuthing to get to the bottom of it all. Be continued. Still got an hour and a half left. April 2nd, 10:15 a.m. Zodiac Hall. Fountain Room. Whoa, went deep on that one. Sorry, Mazzarino. Didn't mean to bend your ear for so long. I had no idea that was how it all came about. I read the files, but they don't go into anywhere near that level of detail. I'll bet they paint things in a much rosier light for the prosecution, too. Von Karma was the one in charge, after all. What happened with the case after that? Well, what with the ice sculptures vanishing from the victim's room, things hit a bit of a rough patch. So rough, in fact, that it took a full year before they could even reach a verdict in the trial. A year? This was back before they brought in the whole initial trial thing. You didn't have to finish up in double quick time like you do nowadays. I see. Did they ever find out how the victim's creations managed to just disappear? Well, they were sorbets or frozen desserts or whatever you want to call them. Ice, in other words. And if it's made of ice, it can melt, which is exactly what they concluded must have happened. But there's a chance that wasn't how things actually went down. What do you mean? So this place is a gallery these days, but back then it was Samson Tangaroa's place, yeah? Indeed, and the site of the IS-7 incident. Ad break starts in 1 minute. Well, word is Frost's ice sculptures are suddenly back on display 18 years after that fateful day. The very sculptures the victim made? Who knows? Maybe they're just modeled on the originals. But I figured it was worth coming down for a little look-see just in case. Seemed like the least I could do for poor old Gregory. Well, alrighty then. Let's go take a look at these icy marbles, shall we, kiddo? I believe
here on display in the Winter Wing, as it's very snazzily known. So, Winter Wing, Winter Wing. Huh? I don't believe it. It's locked. The gallery is open for biz, but the Winter Wonder Wing's off limits? What gives?
Fender? Perhaps you should look more closely at the pamphlet we were given. The Winter Wing is over there.
This? Freaky. Could have sworn it was this one.
Okay, be right back. Okay, I'm back.
Anywho, shall we? Time to dive on in and see what we should have seen 18 years ago.
April 2nd, Zodiac Hall, Winter Wing.
I see they're still keeping it chilly as all heck in these rooms. I'm about to turn into a popsicle stick.
It is the winter wing, you know. But you're right, it's like a freezer in here. It could be a trick of the light, but it feels like the whole room is made of ice.
The temperature controls will be somewhere at the back there, if memory serves. Hey, Monster, can you go peep the degree count? I'm thinking a complaint to the management is in order. There is such a thing as too cold, yeah?
Alright, if you insist.
Take your time, motor around and take in the sights while you're at it. I've got a camera I need to prep for action. Feel like your pop might appreciate a picture of all this. I'll put it on its grave so you can have a gander.
Of course. A boy wearing a backpack. What's he doing at an art gallery on his own?
He wanted to run a gallery so bad. He just quit the industry? I don't get it. I just don't get it.
This boy know the owner of the gallery, perhaps? There's a huge block of ice on display here. It must be incredibly heavy, though maybe not, what with it being hollow on the inside. There's a constellation engraved into the surface, along with some explanatory text. The Pleiades, known to some as Subaru, they form part of the larger constellation of Taurus. But why cram so many stars into one tiny part of a single constellation? I guess people in ancient times weren't hugely careful about such things. There are two large ice statues on display here.
Guess these are remakes of Frost's work from 18 years back. Real eye-catching stuff. Ice sculpture's a heck of an art form, huh?
It is. These are the works my father never got to see. To think that I get to see them instead, so many years later.
Sorry to butt in while you're deep in a thinkhole, Milester, but would you mind looking this way a sec?
This way?
Beautiful. Yeah, just like that.
Ender, really?
Say cheese!
Please don't do that again. I don't like having my picture taken.
My bad, big guy, my bad. Had to check if this old thing was still working is all.
Now that you mention it, your camera does look rather ancient.
Yep, vintage model. You ever hear of an instant camera? It develops the picture right after you take the shot. Don't twist my noggin trying to think how it works.
I know what an instant camera is, although I've never used one.
Did I know Mr. Know-It-All would know it all? You really are your father's son. Alright, step aside. I need to get some good shots of the room here.
For all his joking, he looks very serious about the pictures he's taking. He must have his own theories about the IS-7 incident.
Woo! I should have been a paparazzo! These are gold, and they develop right away. Wanna see?
Well, since you've already shoved one in my face...
Alright, Brainiac. Question. What do these two sculptures represent?
They appear to represent Taurus and Gemini, two constellations best observed during wintertime.
Bingo! He shoots, he scores! Ooh, you're a regular encyclopedia, Milester. Guess that's why this is the winter ring, right? But they have the winter star stuff on display here. Anyway, seeing as I'm the nicest old rogue in the block, that one's yours for keepsies.
Thanks. Winter wing photo data jotted down on my organizer. The victim made these same zodiac statues out of flavored ice for the contest 18 years ago?
Sure did. Lovingly crafted life-size desserts. I only ever saw the old ones in photos, though. But these are the spit of the originals.
This is what you wanted to show me?
Yep, I think Gregory would have wanted you to see them, too. And I may not have had it in me to come here on my own. Sorry to drag you along.
Not at all. I'm happy to be able to see when my father's final case unfolded.
Good to hear you say so, Balio. Let's see if we grab another quick snack to commemorate this heartwarming occasion.
Absolutely not. No, how about this? I scream out, oh no, this must be the work of that villain, the mask!
Yeah, and I go, that's me, the legendary Mask the Mask!
Yeah, and then, no. Say that and you'll be in cuffs before you can blink, Ronnie. You've got to take this more seriously. Otherwise, how are we going to get this to market to sell? What exactly are these two plotting? There's an enormous block of ice on display here. There's some explanatory text engraved on it. Castor and Pollux. Every year in December, countless shooting stars can be seen emanating from this constellation.
Well then Damascus too.
Yeah, and then I wish these two would stop talking so loudly. It's difficult to concentrate. Never mind, I'll just go take a look at some other exhibits. This map appears to be made of rock salt. It's illuminating the diagram of the zodiac just above it. Yes, both Gemini and Taurus are not only zodiac signs, but constellations that are visible during winter. Winter constellations on display in the winter wing. And uniquely, these statues are made of flavored ice. According to the pamphlet we received, the ones in the other rooms are made of crystal glass. Ice might be rather fitting for the summer wing too. It isn't like a nice snow cone on a sunny day. But then it would probably be too similar to this room, I suppose. It's a statue of a rather ferocious looking bull, not a gaze one would want to be fixed with. You probably won't recognize me because I changed my YouTube name. Yeah, I don't. Sorry. But then, I was always taught to return a stare with a stare. Although in this case, discretion might be the better part of valor. It's incredible to think that such lifelike sculptures can be made from flavored ice alone. The skill required to create such works of art is almost beyond imagining. There seems to be some sort of lighting device attached to the case. If it weren't for this cordon, I could take a closer look. Huh. Bender, I can't seem to find the temperature controls you mentioned.
Oh yeah, it's a little tricky if you don't know where it's at. Here, I'll have it open for you in a jiffy. Huh? Dang thing's locked. Makes sense, I guess. Wouldn't want the visitors cranking up the thermostat and melting the art.
According to the pamphlet, the winter wing is kept at a constant 27 degrees. I'm matching from your Silksong livestream if you remember. Oh, yeah, I remember. How you doing?
Hoo-wee! That's colder than the snowman's old cold bits. I'm gonna freeze to death in here. Guess there's only one thing for it. Somebody's getting a snuggle. Hey, what's with the icy stare? You want me to freeze to death?
No.
Alrighty, I got the shots I wanted. Shall we scoot on over to another wing and see what's cooking? Might as well do the full tour while we're here.
I suppose so. Ah!
What was that? It came from the fountain room. Come on, let's go see what's up.
Is that Larry? There's someone on the ground. And is that Larry? What are you doing here? Actually, never mind that. What on earth is going on?
Edgy! You should have seen it! It's awful!
Just calm down and tell me why there is an unconscious man on the floor.
I didn't do anything! He just fell down in front of me!
Wait, I know this guy.
Is everything alright? Did you know it's rude to make a racket in an art gallery, you naughty boys?
Wait, the smell.
He's still breathing, but I know these symptoms. It's not safe, Miles. We need to get everybody out of here.
Everyone, with me. There isn't a moment to lose. There's poison gas coming out of that room. April 2nd, 10:42 a.m. Zodiac Hall. Fountain room. How's the victim doing, Bender?
Not good. He inhaled a lot of gas. He's still out, and it sounds like it's pretty serious. The paramedics said there are no signs of external injury, and that he was conscious before it happened. Anyway, he's alive. Just barely. He's lucky we found him when we did.
I'm fine. I guess fine. I just don't feel not too good for some reason. How are you doing? Aw, I'm sorry. Hope you feel better soon. I'm doing pretty great right now. I'm really enjoying this game.
But like I said, he's not out of the woods yet. They put him in this medical room with a specialist.
I see. I couldn't help noticing that it seemed like you knew him, Fender.
Sure do. That was Carmelo Gusto. He was here back when the whole IS-7 thing went down.
The confectioner. So he was here 18 years ago too.
Anyhoozles, this guy here seems like he's in a rude health. Will pal of yours, Malzarino?
Yes, something like that. I'm glad you're okay, Larry.
Yeah, something like that. Are you serious, Edgy? You've known me since elementary school. Pressurize feelings, why don't you?
Anyway, you know you're supposed to call me Laurice Donin when I'm dressed like this. So no more Larry, okay? Got that? This is Larry Butts. He's a bit of a troublemaker, but he's one of my only friends from back when we were little kids. Ever since he developed a passion for art, he's been trying to make it big as Laurice Donin. The new name or not, he's still the same old Larry.
Whoa, grade school buddies. I need to go tell Gregory about this.
What game is it? This is the Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. You basically play either a defense attorney or a prosecutor, in this case a prosecutor, and solve mysteries. Murder mysteries.
Whoa, grade school buddies. I need to go tell Gregory about this. I'd be over the moon to hear you have a pal. He was always worried you never click with anybody.
Hear that, Edgy? You're lucky to have a friend like me.
I never knew I was the cause of such worries for my father.
Never mind that now, Larry. What are you doing here? Laurice, Edgy, how many times do I have to tell you it's Laurice?
What are you doing here?
Eek! With the demon eyes! Alright, I'll talk. Just stop looking at me like that.
Good, now talk.
You want to know why I'm here? Why the heck do you think I am? For my art, of course. So when I'm coming on a date here with Lulu soon, so I thought I better scope the place out.
So not actually for the art at all. Laurice, my man, an artist and a romantic. You'll have to introduce me to this lady friend of yours.
Oh sure, it's nice to have somebody take an interest for once.
Bear me. Oh, by the way, Lauricio, did you notice anything when you found the victim?
Nothing in particular.
Didn't you say you'd seen something awful?
Oh, that. The old guy, he just appeared and then splat, he was on the floor. Scared the life out of me. But for once, I had nothing to do with any of it.
Don't look so proud. That's the least we should be able to hope for.
Honored guest, I can only apologize for the trouble you've experienced. The game seems cool. Yeah, it is really. It's a fun game. I recommend checking out the series. I'm Judy Bounds, the gallery manager. Another person from the IS-7 incident.
Good to see you, Jude.
Mr. Fender, it's always a pleasure. She was at the reception desk when we arrived, so she's the one in charge here. I can't believe you had to go through something so awful, and on our first day in business.
Hey, quit that. It's not your fault. Oh wait, I guess I'd better introduce you guys. Judy, meet Miles Edgeworth, son of the late great Gregory.
Really? You're Mr. Edgeworth's son? Hell! Nah, this isn't the first game. Isn't this fabulous? That great man's son here with us. 18 long years have passed, but now look, he's here at last. It's very lovely to meet you, Mr. Fun Attorney number 2.
Judy, that was the bomb. I see you're in good voice as ever.
Miles Edgeworth, prosecutor. It's a pleasure to meet you. Oh, you're a prosecutor? I'm so sorry. Forgive me for jumping to conclusions. She's very polite, but there's something strange about her. Hey, Judy, can I, get an autograph? You can write it in here. Well, if you're sure you didn't want such a thing.
Why do you want it, Larry?
Rude! You know who she is, right?
Come on, Milester. You don't keep up with showbiz news or nothing? Guess that's no big surprise.
What's going on? Why are they looking at me like that?
Judy here's a living legend. It's not just TV. Movies, musicals, chart-topping hits. You name it.
Oh, don't be silly. I'm just a humble art gallery owner now. I finally quit the biz for good. I finished shooting my last movie just the other day, in fact. Some of my co-stars were even kind enough to say that they would come visit once we opened. Anyway, here you are. And good luck with your artistic endeavors. Thanks so much, Judy. I'll treasure it till my dying day. So Larry guy seems interesting. His name is Larry Butts. And he certainly is interesting.
You and me are peas in a pod, Larice. Peas in a gosh dang pod.
No, you spelled it right. How lovely for you both. Larry, could you go practice your drawing somewhere or something? You did come all the way to an art gallery after all. It would be a shame to waste the opportunity.
A real artist starring our visits? Our exhibits? What an honor!
Yes, even you can have a bright idea once in a while, Edgy. Alright, Judy, seeing as you were so nice about it, I guess I will. Be right back! He's a real live wire, that one. That's one way of putting it. I can only apologize. By the way, there was another woman with you before. Where is she now?
You mean Delicia? Delicia Scone? She's in the medical room helping take care for Mr. Gusto. I call it the medical room, but it's nothing quite so grand, of course. I couldn't stay with them as I'm the only one on staff, and I can't leave the gallery unattended for long.
Delicious Scone. Heard that name before, haven't we, Fender?
Sure have. Sounds like our IS7 bingo card is complete.
Something tells me this isn't a coinky-dink.
Perhaps I could offer you gentlemen a cup of tea?
A drop of the old Judy Bound special blend? Why not? For old time's sake.
That would be lovely. Thank you. Clink, clink, clatter, clatter. Now, if you'll both excuse me, I better go and explain things to the other visitors.
You go do your thing, Jude. Thanks again.
This aroma. Feeling, I believe. Let's give it a try. This is a fine blend. Top quality Ceylon indeed. It's citrus aroma.
It's said to improve one's ability to concentrate, right? Your old man said those exact words 18 years ago. Really takes me back. There's just one difference. Dudes pulled the saucers back then. Not today, though, it seems.
Anyway, don't you think this is all a little odd?
Every single person from an 18-year-old case all assembled in the same place at the same time?
Yes, it almost feels as if an investigation is in order.
Mr. Edwards, sir, you alright?
Mr. Edgeworth! Mr. Fender! We heard he got caught up in a poison gas attack, so we came as fast as we could.
Well, if it isn't the cavalry. Come on, team, bring it in.
No way! Besides, you're both doing just fine. Tommy and I got ourselves worked up over nothing.
That's a gumshoe. What were you thinking bringing Kay with you?
Sorry, sir. I knew it was dangerous over the poison gas and all, but you wouldn't take no for an answer. I ran and I ran and I ran and I ran and I ran, but I just couldn't shake her off.
When it comes to running away, the great thief right here is the world champ.
Then run away. Don't chase the poor detective.
All set, sir. Just say the word, and I'll head in there and start investigating. You guys stay here. That gas could still be dangerous.
Alright, we're counting on you, detective.
Good luck in there, Dicky boy.
No way! Tommy almost looks like a real detective. I'm so proud of him.
He is a real detective. This is Edward speaking.
Mr. Edwards, looks like the gas is mostly dissipated, sir.
Very good, detective. Now calm down and tell me what you see.
Yes, sir. First up, the exhibits. There's a statue of two people on the left side. And on the right, some kind of two-horned animal.
Wait, a statue of two people and a two-horned animal? Sounds familiar. In fact, it sounds identical to the display in the Winter Wing.
Other than that, the place is looking pretty damp. The sprinklers sprayed the palette good.
Do you know what neurodivergent means, by the way? Yeah, it's in my description. On the channel description, I identify as multiply neurodivergent and disabled.
Must be what stopped the gas from spreading.
The sprinklers? Are there any signs of a fire?
No, sir. And the fire alarm hasn't been triggered either. Sprinklers look like the type that detects heat and smoke. When they detect something, they send an alarm. either fire or smoke since the security room. Guess they read the gas as smoke and triggered the smoke alarm that way.
And was anyone in the security room when that alarm went off?
This place only has one employee, and that's Judy Bound, the manager. And she was at the reception desk across from the security room the whole time since the gallery opened.
So she heard the alarm from across the way and turned on the sprinklers?
Yup, seems they can only be switched on manually, and only from there. Wouldn't want the art getting soaked for no good reason, I guess. If it's manual, you could maybe even check how bad the fire was and try to get some stuff out first.
The security setup is geared around protecting the exhibits. It makes sense in an art gallery, I guess.
And one more thing, it's freezing in here. This isn't the autumn wing, it's the deep midwinter wing.
So the autumn wing is cold too?
I checked the temperature, it's 26.5 degrees in here, sir.
Why is the autumn wing being kept at the same temperature as the winter wing?
That's about all I've got for now. I'll let you know if I find anything else, sir.
Understood. Thank you, Detective Gumshoe. April 2nd, 11:15 a.m. Zodiac Hall, Fountain Room.
What did Gummy have to say?
He said that the autumn wing is actually quite wintry.
Huh? I don't get it.
I'm wondering what it could mean myself, but it's a bit hard to tell from out here. We should try to get in there as soon as the police are done with their investigation.
Amen to that. We need to see what the deal is for ourselves.
Is there anybody else who might know something in the meantime?
Oh yeah, there is one guy. Miles' best bud.
Is what?
Ugh, if we have to. Guess we have to.
Wait, that's... Hey, didn't expect to see you here. You're looking as fresh-faced as ever. Hey, yeah, long time no see ya. Larry, right?
So here's the deal, Kay. I'm Laurice right now. You see, I'm also a bit of an artist.
Ah, so it's your alias. I like it. Good to see you, Laurice.
I always knew you were a nice, thoughtful kid. Unlike some people. I have some questions for you, Larry.
What the? How am I the suspect? Just because I found the guy, that doesn't mean I did the crime.
I never said you did. I just need you to tell us what you saw. You said you saw something awful. How so exactly?
Look, I didn't see anything and I didn't do anything, okay?
I don't think I did anyway.
Whoa, Chief. You didn't sound so too sure of yourself at the end there.
There's something you should know about him, Fender. When something smells, it's usually the butts. We've been saying that about Larry for 26 years now. His ability to attract trouble is legendary, for want of a better word. His ability to cause trouble, too. I suppose I better find out what he did this time. Our aim is to uncover anything that Larry might be hiding. However,
I didn't see anything and I didn't do anything, and you can't prove otherwise.
It's almost impossible for him to keep his cool. I'll need to bide my time when he gets agitated and wait for him to calm down. Let's start by asking him to go into detail about what he's doing here. It shouldn't prove to be too much of a challenge, so let's get this over with. Mind check. Commence. Why exactly did you come to the gallery today?
What kind of question is that? What, you think I don't belong in a gallery or something? Hey, if you're gonna ignore me, then I'm gonna paint your portrait. And when I'm done, I'll scribble all over it.
Just admit it. Admit that your testimony is riddled with inconsistencies.
What do you mean, Eddie? Why do you always gotta say stuff like that?
I didn't think it would upset you so badly. Guess I should watch what I say. I need to study my opponent's reactions and pick my responses accordingly.
I'm joking, okay? I'd never scribble on one of my pieces. How could I? They're valuable artwork.
According to you, perhaps. I imagine I might struggle to agree.
Oh, laugh it up, funny guy. Luckily, some people actually believe in my work. He's called Lulu, okay? And she says my pictures are masterpieces. So if she likes something, I'll draw it for her. Anything at all.
And where is this Lulu? How come you're here alone?
What, a guy can't be apart from his girlfriend for 1 second? I have my own life too, you know? Just admit it. Admit that your testimony is riddled with inconsistencies. Ugh, damn it. I have to bide my time multiple times. Fine, Lulu said that she's a Gemini, okay? So I thought I could do a sketch of the statue to show her on our date. And I expect you're pretty proud of the sketch? Not so much this time, actually. But you know, it being her sign and all, I just thought maybe she might kind of like it. How very like you to try to tell me nothing and give so much away in the process. So to summarize, you came here today to draw a sketch of the Gemini statue for your girlfriend, Lulu. What? How did you figure all that out? From your incessant prattling. You just can't help yourself, can you? Fine, then I won't say another word. Larry may want to keep his mouth shut now, but I'll have my answers one way or another. Let's ask him what he did after he arrived here at the gallery. We'll soon see what he's hiding. It's just a matter of time. Alright, tell me what you did once you arrived here. What's the big idea? Why are you staring at me like that? I don't remember. I didn't have a pamphlet, so I didn't know what was where. I just kind of hung around by the fountain. What gives, Edgy? If you don't have anything to ask, let me get back to my sketching. Wait, because I ignored him and his blathering for too long. I need to study my opponent's reactions and pick my responses accordingly. You didn't receive a pamphlet when you paid your entrance fee at the reception desk? Huh? You mean entry isn't not free to get in here? You mean to tell me that you entered without paying? I'm sorry, okay? It wasn't deliberate. There wasn't anybody at the reception desk is all. So I thought entry must be free. You're saying Miss Bound wasn't at the reception desk at the time? Yeah, but it looked like there was maybe somebody in the little room opposite. Interesting. According to Detective Gumshoe, Miss Bound had to enter the security room to activate the sprinkler system. I expect she wasn't at the reception desk because she was busy responding to the incident. And right after she finally got the place open for business, too. Poor Judy. The Winter Wing, the gallery's greatest attraction, and it's gonna be ruined now. You say you don't have a pamphlet, and yet you seem to know all about the Winter Wing. For example, that the Gemini statue you came here to draw just so happens to be in said room. Therefore, it was your intention to visit the Winter Wing all along, wasn't it? Oh! How did you get me again? Fine, you're right. I came here for the Gemini statue. And yeah, I came here to visit the Winter Wing. I won't deny it. Larry's not one to confess so easily. Then again, he's always managed to surprise me in unusual ways. Let's see what more he can tell us about the Winter Wing. I expect even Larry has found his feet a little by now. I'll have to watch his reactions more carefully and see what information I can glean from him. What did you see in the Winter Wing, Larry? You don't let up, do you? I told you, I didn't see anything. Galleries are nice and all, but I kind of changed my mind once I got here. Thought I'd go meet my girlfriend instead. If I want to learn more, I'll need a clue of some kind. I'd better try another approach for now. Larry, be honest, did you enter the Winter Wing? What is that? Is that suspicion I see in your eyes? I tried to get in there, sure, but... Oh. Okay, let me try that again. You tried to get in, but you couldn't? Yeah, exactly. I wanted to get in there, but that old guy came out and fell to the ground, and like I said, it was all pretty shocking. So you were unable to enter the Winter Wing because the victim emerged and collapsed in front of you? Yeah, Yeah, he came out of the winter wing door, and then down he went.
But wasn't it the autumn wing that the victim came out of?
And that stupid poison gas thing had never happened. I'd be in there happily sketching away right now.
Larry seems to have the autumn and winter wings mixed up. Regardless, it seems his aim really was to make a sketch of one of the statues.
This could be a useful clue.
What did you see in the winter wings, Larry?
You don't let up, do you? I told you I didn't see anything. Galleries are nice and all, but I kind of changed my mind once I got here. Thought I'd go meet my girlfriend instead.
I think it's time to deploy my clue. Didn't you say you came here to make a sketch of one of the statues for your girlfriend? You gave up on that a little easily, didn't you? Surely you saw something, even if you were distracted by the victim's collapse.
Well, I did not see something. But that doesn't prove that I did see something totally terrifying either, does it?
Really, Larry? You could at least try to make this a little harder for me. I put it to you, Larry Butts, that you did in fact see something totally terrifying.
How did you do it, Edgy? Are you some kind of mind reader? Fine, I guess there's no point trying to keep it a secret any longer.
I'm not sure there's much point in you trying to keep any secrets given your track record. It wasn't exactly the most edifying use of my time, but that's checkmate. Mind chess checkmate.
I couldn't help staring at that Gemini statue. My eyes were drawn to it.
Objection!
You keep talking about a Gemini statue, but there's no way you saw what you think you saw. It's simply not possible.
Well, what do you mean? You think I saw a ghost statue or something?
Larry's still laboring under the misconception that he was looking at the winter wing. This piece of evidence shows us what Larry was really looking at.
Take that!
Take a look at this pamphlet. The autumn wing features sculptures depicting Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and Aries. Yeah, I did defeat Widow. I defeated Widow a few days ago. Not only that, but I've seen the statue depicting Gemini in the winter wing for myself. Which means that whatever you saw, it can't have been a statue of Gemini.
Yes, that makes sense.
I seem not more surprised by that.
It did seem pretty weird now that I think about it. One of the two people did look like a goddess. So the other stuff, I guess that wasn't my imagination either.
Other stuff?
You're interested in it too, aren't you, Edgy? Great, let me show you.
Show me what exactly?
I drew a picture of it all. Got the whole scene down exactly as I saw it. But I'm still not that confident in my work, so, Well, I want to see it. Really? Alright, here.
What on earth? It's grotesque. You trying to tell me that the statue was crying tears of blood?
I have to say, Larisse, it's pretty scary. Right? Because it was scary. It was supposed to be a statue of Gemini, but it up and turned into a goddess right before my eyes. It freaked me out so bad, I screamed out loud.
So he wasn't reacting to the victim collapsing in front of him after all? Wait, when you say it turned into a goddess, what do you mean exactly? Yeah, great art. I mean, he did a really good, depiction of it, to be honest. Wait, when you say it turned into a goddess, what do you mean exactly?
What do you mean, what do I mean? The bottom half was simply a fish, that's what I mean.
A goddess with the fishy bottom half? Sounds like Pisces to me. When I got to the second phase, I got absolutely cooked. Someone taught me a trick. So when you get to the second phase, you just stand in a corner, and you stay in that corner, and you just jump, and then hit Widow. When it tries to attack you. I heard it's all based on this legend of a goddess and her son turning into fish to escape some baddie.
Wow, really? I thought Pisces was just two plain old fish. Edgy, do you think the statue's cursed? I mean, tears of blood, turning into a fish. That's some pretty cursed stuff right there.
Don't be a fool. I imagine you simply mistook one statue for the other.
Ah, look at you tucking it carefully into your organizer.
I simply thought I might have a use for it later. Maybe in the bathroom.
You're the worst, Edgy, the worst!
Kinda freaky dicky though, huh? A statue with a bottom half that changes shape? I'm pretty keen to find out what went down in the Autumn Wing, aren't you?
I suppose I am, yes. Could there be some kind of trick to the Pisces statue, perhaps? Yes, Edgeworth speaking.
I'm just about done in here, sir. There's no danger from the gas anymore. You can come in now.
Thanks, good work, detective. It seems it's finally safe to enter the Autumn Wing.
The good detective sure has impeccable timing.
Come on, let's go take a look. I want to see this Pisces statue. You're going in there, Kay? Then maybe I should come along too.
Did you really think I was going to leave you out here on your own? I know better than that. Alright everyone, to the Autumn Wing. Here we are at last, and it really does look a lot like the Winter Wing.
Glad you can make it. Oh, hey there. You're, Harry, was it? Good to see you, Harry.
No, for the last time! The name is Maurice O'Neem!
Detective, your report if you don't mind.
Yes, sir. Okay, so first off, I found a blowtorch. The nozzle was still warm when I found it, so I guess it was used pretty recently.
Was somebody using it to heat something? Was the stepladder already like that when you entered?
Yeah, guess it was used by whoever let out the gas. The gas was inside the case until someone opened the lid.
Is that so? The Pisces statue.
Huh? You sure up on your constellation, sir. You know what the one in the other case is, too?
This is the Autumn Wing, so I imagine it should be Capricorn.
Guess there's no fooling you, sir. I thought it was supposed to be Taurus. That weird cloth that's draped around it kind of tripped me up. Isn't that a piece of luminous cloth from way back when? What's that doing here?
Now we have evidence from the IS-7 incident, too?
Taking a look around. It seems there's a piece of luminous cloth on each of the other cases, too.
Yeah, and that just makes me want to see what's hiding underneath real bad.
Sure, let me whip them all up right off for you.
Wow, they're beautiful!
For the transformation Larry witnessed, could it have been the moment when the cloth around the Pisces statue's lower half fell away?
See, Edgy, see? I wasn't imagining things, and I wasn't mistaken!
Ugh.
Listen, Monster, I think we can all agree this room is fishier than a bucket of fish. My hunch is that somebody deliberately tried to make this room look just like the Winter Wing.
Yes, I was thinking exactly the same thing. They even cover the statues up in just such a way as to make them look similar. With the cloth over the bottom half, the Pisces and Gemini statues look almost the same.
Ditto for Capricorn. Cover his bottom half up and he looks pretty much like Taurus. The other two can't be fixed as easily, so covering their cases up completely was the only answer.
So somebody went to some lengths to disguise the Autumn Wing as the Winter Wing. I'd say we need to take a closer look at things in here, wouldn't you say, Fender? Mr. Winter and Judge Gavel.
What the heck are you guys doing here? You're the last thing I need. This is my scene, you hear?
Mr. Edgeworth, it seems I have failed in my duty yet again. I pray one day to make you see that your presence is not required at every crime scene. Jerk! And that co-opting the good detective for your own ends is neither right nor good. I will have to give serious consideration as to how the goddess of justice would have me judge you.
You got it all wrong! It was me who asked Mr. Edgeworth to help, not the other way around.
It was? Well then, you know what that means, Detective Flatfoot.
Oh, you mean...
Exactly. Your, salary check is taking a hit. Bet you're looking forward to payday now. Always wanted to say that.
Man, getting a wage cut from you of all people.
Not so fast, Mr. Winter. I was simply assisting with the police's investigation as a witness and bystander. Detective Gumshoe is entirely in the right.
Oh, he is, huh? So you're saying I should give him a bonus instead?
That's not what I'm saying at all.
Hey, I wouldn't mind a little salary bump.
Your compassion and generosity are truly heartwarming, Eustace. But we must take into account past transgressions when making judgments that concern the future. And I hereby judge Mr. Edgeworth and his associates unfit to tread the hallowed grounds of this scene.
What? But we only just got here!
The goddess of justice has conferred her blessings on Eustace and Eustace alone.
By which you mean this is Mr. Winter's case?
That's exactly what she means. It is time for the warm-up act to get off the stage. After all, I solved this one already. I have a suspect lined up and everything.
What did you say? A suspect already? Who?
Who else but your artist friend over there?
Huh? Me? What's going on, Edgy?
Your guess is as good as mine. I can't even begin to imagine how the boy's mind works.
Unsurprising that you lack the attitude to understand the winning mindset.
Lack the attitude? Something tells me he doesn't know the real winning turn of phrase. Well put, Eustace. Mr. Edgeworth does indeed lack a certain aptitude.
Yeah, exactly. Where's your aptitude, smart guy? Wow, he's totally shameless.
Underestimate my information gathering skills at your own peril. Before we came here, we dropped by the medical room to ask the doctor there a few questions, and he told me where the frozen gas came from. And? Where might that have been? It's this chemical you find everywhere. I think of the name just now, though. But wait, there a second? Let me just call him real quick. Perhaps I can answer your question while Eustace is on the telephone. Why let him make the call if you know the answer? The gas was created by mixing two specific chemicals, ubiquium and asphyxion. What kind of chemicals are they? Ubiquium is a red liquid used in all manner of everyday products. Paint and dishwashing liquids, among various others. On its own, it is entirely benign. So it's something anyone could get their hands on? Precisely. The same cannot be said for asphyxion.
That does sound nasty. What is it used for?
It is the main ingredient in a product called Infesticide Ultra. It is pure white in color and is unavailable to the average consumer. In fact, it is nigh impossible for members of the public to obtain it here in this country. As such, we are currently investigating where it might have come from.
I'm back, and I know the name of the chemical now.
Don't waste your breath. Judge Gavel informed us already.
Huh? Oh, great. That'll make this quicker, I guess. So the source of the gas, ubiquium, is used in paint and stuff, right? And there was somebody here at the gallery today who brought paints with them. Your friend, the artist. You can't accuse me just because of that. Objection. Put the paints on that pellet in your hand. Edgy, is this kid okay? He's a little...
Indeed. I haven't known him long, but he's a little prone to jumping to the wrong conclusions.
Hey, quit talking about me like I'm not even here.
Ignore them, Eustace. They're simply intimidated by you, nothing more. Why not give them yet another reason to fear you with one of your winning deductions?
Winning? Yeah, good idea. Get a load of this, losers.
Winner's winning deduction.
Our friend the artist here won the race to find the victim and was first on the scene, correct? The gas the victim was poisoned with is made from a ubiquium, which, as we know, is found in paint. He was carrying paint on his person and was one winning stride away from the victim, which surely makes him the winner on our list of suspects.
I defeated him when I got to the end of Act 1. Let me just say I got cooked. Poor you. Sorry, I was so distracted by the game I didn't even see your message.
Right, Gavel? You think so too, right?
It is a possibility that certainly can't be discounted. Well, would the artist like to share his version of events? Did you leave red paint at the scene of the crime? Or something more sinister? The catalyst for a cloud of toxic gas, perhaps?
I think I might have left my heart there, you know? You might have picked it up.
I would be careful what you say to me. My gavel's already primed to deliver a guilty verdict.
Objection!
Ignore him, please, Your Honor. It's for the best.
Objection!
Quit stalling! You can't run away from the fact that my reasoning is flawless. So admit defeat and crawl on out here with your tails between your legs. 'Cause I win.
I have better things to do than pick holes in your faulty logic. But I don't suppose I have much choice. Rebuttal.
Our friend, the artist suspicious here, one that raced to find the victim and was first in the scene, correct?
Hold it!
I'll be the first to admit that he's something of a suspicious character.
Objection!
First to admit? Are you trying to beat me to it?
I was kind of crashing out because I thought you just ignored it. No, I didn't ignore it.
But you can't because I'm the winner! I'm the first rate always! Huh? I'm a first rate artist, you say?
Larry, I don't need you to make this any more convoluted than it already is. Please, Mr. Winner, just continue.
And the gas the victim was poisoned with is made from ubiquium, which, as we know, is found in paint.
Hold it!
We do indeed. It seems it's found in a number of everyday products.
Right? Which makes your friend's paint pretty darn suspicious. But isn't it also found in a bunch of other stuff, too? She has a winning point, I guess. Right, Cavell? I suppose she does. As I said, ubiquium is also found in dishwashing liquids, among other things.
In other words, paint isn't the only possible explanation.
No, but just listen to the rest of my amazing deduction, will you? He was carrying paint on his person. He was one winning shot away from the victim.
Hold it!
It's by no means certain that paint was the source of the poison gas.
Ha! Well, it's by no means certain that it wasn't either.
Was that supposed to sound clever? Having Mr. Edgeworth's speaking style isn't a shortcut to looking cool, you know. You make it sound as if you think there's something wrong with how I speak.
Anyway, to bring it all home, my winning deduction shows he had paint and he was the closest to the victim. Which surely makes him the winner on our list of suspects.
Hold it!
That's really all you're basing your suspicion of, Mr. Butts on.
What? You have a problem with that? Then show me some proof, loser! Shut up or shut up!
He's literally asking for it, Mr. Edgeworth. He is. Let's find the right piece of evidence and really give it to him. We know that Mr. Winner isn't much of a listener. And we also know that his reasoning is likely to be based on a flawed assumption.
Yeah, he even phoned the other guy and he still got it wrong somehow.
Let's get this over with as quickly as we can. It's a waste of all of our time. Okay, it wasn't that one. Okay, that was the correct statement. Your deductions are anything but winning, I'm afraid, unless you're looking to win a prize for incoherence.
So you agree that I deserve a prize?
What you deserve is to be set right. The gas came from within the case containing the sculpture of Pisces.
It did! It was created by the artist guy! But the red paint that we know is full of ubiquium!
Allow me to offer you a bit of advice when prosecuted to another. It always helps to listen carefully to others. The gas is created when ubiquium is mixed with another substance, asphyxian. Paint containing ubiquium alone wouldn't create any kind of gas at all.
Would it? I thought they said that the guy was asphyxiated with ubiquium.
So you're telling me all of this was based on a mishearing of the forensics report?
Yeah.
The gas had already done its work by the time Mr. Butts found the victim. Perhaps it's your own aptitude you should be worrying about.
My aptitude? What does it even mean?
You literally used the word 5 minutes ago. It means one's ability or how suited one is to a particular task, Eustace. And attitude, the other word you misused only minutes ago as well, is another thing entirely.
I get what you're doing. You're making fun of me again.
What I am doing is demonstrating that you do not have the aptitude required to head up this investigation.
Overruled.
Before you go any further, you might wish to consider some of the flaws in your own statement.
And what flaws might those be?
Firstly, that you cannot prove your artist friend did not enter the autumn wing. And secondly, that you cannot prove the red paint did not have something to do with the crime. But the paint isn't important on its own, surely. What's important is the combination of the red ubiquium with white asphyxian. How exactly were the two substances introduced to one another? So we need to figure that out before anything else.
Indeed we do. And that is what Eustace will be investigating next. Or what he would have already been investigating had you not been here, making needless trouble.
We are not here to make trouble. Quite the opposite, in fact. We're here to help.
Are you saying you know how the gas was made? I don't believe you.
I can certainly point you toward a vital clue as to how it was done.
He's bluffing, Eustace. Ignore him. It's fine, Gabelle. He's clearly lying. Might as well let him talk himself even further into a corner. If you are sure. Come now then. Tell me what you've got. What shows how the gas was created, huh?
This dark shade of blue, being around such a calming color from time to time, just might do me some good.
Jeez Louise, Nazareno, talk about corny. You can fill an entire extra large bucket by yourself.
That's rich coming from you, Fender. These must be the switches that change the color of the cloth. Let's see if they work. Well, the cloth has certainly changed color. It's glowing with a pale blue hue.
And according to Detective Gumshoe, this is what it looked like when it was still draped over that statue.
Indeed. But what does that have to do with the case?
Take that!
You're saying this somehow shows us how the chemicals were mixed to make the poison gas? That's exactly what I'm saying, yes. Thank you for noticing. Well, they do say I have a good eye. The red tears Mr. Butt saw, that was the ubiquium. What? Wait a second. You're saying the statue cried this stuff out? What, so our culprit is some kind of evil spirit? How much time am I going to have to waste taking him through this step by step? The red tears alone would not have been enough to create the glass. They must have mixed it with something else inside that case. What? And what evidence do you have that that's what happened? The evidence is right there in the sketch I just showed you. I need to point out the part that shows that the two liquids had mixed together.
Take that!
Observe the pool of pink liquid beneath the Pisces statue's glass case. This clearly shows that the two chemicals mixed. What? Wait, I don't get it. How does that prove that some ubiquium mixed with some asphyxion? We have an artist with us, why don't we ask him? Claire, you claim to be something of a painter. I imagine you have some experience mixing colors. What happens when you mix red with white? Don't treat me like a dum-dum, Edgy. I did graduate from junior high, you know. Any idiot knows that red and white make pink. I mean, there's a variations. You got your rose pinks and your baby pinks.
Hold it!
That will be more than enough, thank you. Do you see what I'm getting at now, Mr. Winner? Oh, I think I do. The big room is red, and fiction is white. Mix the two together, you get pink. That's what the pink liquid is. Yes, very good. We got there in the end. Yes. Interesting. I think you finally convinced him.
Overruled.
Mr. Edgeworth, you have raised a possibility, nothing more. We cannot know for sure that this shows the result of the two chemicals having mixed. And besides, the sketch you are attempting to enter as evidence was drawn by a suspect. How can we possibly hope to rely on its veracity? Hey, I drew everything exactly as I saw it. A true artist never lies or embellishes the truth. Forgive me, but I did not ask for your opinion. Oof, it's a cold one, but I like it. You may rest assured, Your Honor, that I mean to prove my theory to all of our satisfaction.
Overruled.
It may not be wise to jeopardize your position any further, Mr. Edgeworth, especially as there is another question to which you have yet to provide a satisfactory answer. How can you prove that this man did not enter the Autumn Wing? Until you are able to, there is little more to discuss.
Wait, maybe the victim could help us out with that.
Mr. Gusto? He is still unconscious and in critical condition.
He is? Oh.
Now, if you don't mind, Eustace needs to carry out his own investigation of this area. It starts in 1 minute. If you would be so kind as to leave him in peace. For the
presiding judge's sake, I pray to the goddess that you need not ever be summoned to testify. Now then, is there something you wish to say, Mr. Artist? If you could just hold that pose for a moment there, Miss Ice Queen. I am Justice Verity Cavell, and I would be grateful if you would dispense with the childish epithets.
Leave it to the judge to law down the hammer. Absolutely. Hi, Relics. How are you doing?
Oh ho! Glad at least she tells me her name. Nice to meet you, Verity. Name's Laurice Donim, so you can call me Laurice. If you could stop wasting the court's time, Mr. Donim. Oh yeah, sorry. It's just, there's something I forgot to mention. The door was locked. I tried to open it, and then the old guy came tumbling out. It does appear that the door can be unlocked from the inside. However, that does not necessarily mean that it was locked at the time as you claim. Without proof, your statement carries little weight, I am afraid.
Objection!
Well, as it happens, I can back our pal here up on that.
What?
Yep, we tried to come in here too, but it's just like the guy said. It was locked up tight. Ain't that so, Mazarino?
It is. I distinctly remember how it went.
So, Winter Wing, Winter Wing. Huh? I don't believe it. It's locked. The gallery's open for biz, but the Winter Wonder Wing's off limits? What gives?
Prior to the incident with the gas, it was not possible to enter this room from the outside.
Okay, be right back. And yeah, Larry's in this chapter too. As Laurice. Okay. We're continuing for the next 24 minutes. Prior to the incident with the gas, it was not possible to enter this room from the outside.
Overruled.
And what is this? And what is to say that your suspicious friend was not in here with the victim the entire time? The fact that he didn't suffer the ill effects of the gas. Search him for a gas mask if you like. I doubt you'll find one. I see. Then I suppose we will have to take you at your collective word. That was a little too easy. Well, Juscavel, do you accept that Mr. Butts is no longer a viable suspect? And that once again, Mr. Winner's deductions have fallen short of the mark? What are you talking about? I just need some more information, that's all. You can't blame a guy for being a little hasty with his deductions. You know, it's not cool for a prosecutor to be saying stuff like that, right? Very well. Then perhaps we should call our next suspect. Mr. Donim, you may step down from the stand. Huh? Oh, go, you mean. But I was enjoying our time together, Verity. Let me stick around, please? Overruled. No mercy. Push my heart into a goopy mush. I love it. Who exactly is this next suspect? The pharmacist Delicious Stone. Your artist friend may have struggled to lay his hands on a bottle of Infesticide Ultra, but someone in her line of work would surely have a better idea of where such a thing might be acquired. The court hereby calls for a 10-minute recess. Eustace, we will go and fetch the suspect. Her winning smile will bring her running, I am sure. My winning... Of course, Gavel. Let's go get her at once. Hey, Detective Flatfoot. You carry on investigating while I'm gone, okay? Sure. Is it possible? Could Judge Gavel have suspected Miss Scone from the start? Now that you mention it, she wasn't helping Mr. Winner like she usually does, huh? What exactly is your angle here, Judge Gavel? To be continued. 22 more minutes. April 2nd, 12:05 p.m. Zodiac Hall, Autumn Wing. They sure are taking their time. I thought this was supposed to be a 10-minute recess. Sorry to keep you losers waiting. Oh wait, no longer. I won the race to find Delicious Scone, and here she is. Hello, dears. This lovely young man said you wanted to speak to me. Delicious Scone, purveyor of the most wondrous wares a pharmacist can offer at your service. Delicious to my fowls, and even most delicious to some. You can call me the winner, and I'll call you whatever I want. Alright, Winnie Pooh, whatever you say. It's lovely to meet you, dearie. So much for call me the winner. Oh, have we met before, young man?
Get a load of this, Delicia. That's Miles Edgeworth, Gregory's son.
Well, I never. It's a pleasure to meet you, Milesy Smiles.
If you must address me by my given name, just Miles will do.
Ooh-hoo-hoo! Reggie Pegleg's boy, and all grown up too. Make me feel my age, why don't you?
I wonder just how old she is. Eustace, I believe we have some questions for our pharmacist. Oh yeah. What brings you to the gallery today, Miss Scone?
Why, I came to see dear old Moody Judy, of course. We've been fast friends for 18 long years, and no one's going to stop me visiting her now.
I understand that you helped look after Mr. Gusto in the immediate aftermath of the attack.
Oh, I didn't do much, really. Just whipped up a quick antidote for the dear old doctor. Wow, you can make an antidote just like that? Oh, yes, dearie. As long as I have the right ingredients, I can throw just about any medicine you like. It certainly helped that the medical room was well equipped, though. We were much better off treating him here than losing vital minutes taking him to hospital. Anyway, we did what we could. The rest, well, that's up to him. Do you know the victim, Miss Delicious? Oh, yes. Well, sort of. It's been 18 years since I last saw him. Apparently, he's famous these days. One of the best confectioners in the world, or so they say. Interesting. So he's a well-known public figure. Oh, yes, dear. He was on the news and everything. Confectionery crafting king of the world, they said.
Wow, so the old dog really went to Zink Ba and upped his game just like he said he would.
Perhaps if we could proceed to the matter at hand. Miss Scone, are you familiar with a substance known as Infesticide Ultra?
Of course, dear. You use it to get rid of, you know what.
Oh, it's awfully strong, though. That's why they don't sell it in the shops. Might I ask what you mean by you-know-what?
The little blighters that find the life out of poor innocent ladies like yours truly, that's what. Ghastly little creatures. running around people's nice, clean kitchens and terrorizing them. Oh, I get it. Pose. Thank you, Miss Scone. One more question, if you don't mind. Are you aware of what happens when the chemicals asphyxion and ubiquium are combined? Oh, yes? It's right there in the pesticide ultra instructions. Do not mix with products containing ubiquium, ever. Because if you do, they react with each other and make a horrible poisonous gas. What was it again? Effects of inhalation include respiratory complications and, well, death. And poor old Dusty very nearly didn't make it. To make that much gas, you'd need, probably 500 milliliters of each chemical, I'd say. She certainly talks like a skilled pharmacist. Ubiquium's awfully thick and sticky, and it heats up very quick indeed. It's also bright red and smells minty fresh. Oh, and sheepish chips. That's why they use it in everything. Asphyxion's more watery and it's white in color. That will do then. Thank you. You are clearly well informed, Miss Scone. As well I should be, dearie. After all, Infesticide Ultra is made by the company I work for. Oh, but before you get the wrong idea, they don't go around handing out free samples. As I say, it's awfully terribly dangerous. You couldn't buy it even if you wanted to. Yes, Miss Scone. Very interesting indeed. I think that tells us all we need to know. Strange, I thought she suspected Miss Scone. But something in that smile makes me wonder if she has some other angle in mind. What is it, Detective Flatfoot? Any developments to report?
Yes, sir. Turns out the sculpture's glass display case is open from the top.
Huh, that's rather unusual.
And the temperature inside can be adjusted too, all the way down to 0 degrees. The Pisces case was kept at 26 degrees. Dang near got my hand stuck to it.
We're lucky you escaped alive. Anything more relevant to the case?
Yeah, they found something on the other side of the top part of the Pisces case. Traces of ubiquium.
Oh ho! Now we're talking. That's odd. If there was ubiquium stuck to it, it should have stayed stuck. After all, at 26 degrees, it would have been frozen solid. It would, huh? So, how did things wind up as they are now? I think Kay might be able to help us figure out just that. Or at least Mr. Thief might. You guys are that desperate to get on my good side, huh? Fine. I don't know what the heck you're talking about, but take it away. Can't believe I'm taking orders from this guy. Well, whatever. Anything for the truth.
Overruled.
Before you get too carried away, the Goddess of Justice has no need of your help. We will find the truth ourselves.
Youch, why so frosty, Judge G? Your baby prosecutor just gave us the big thumbs up. What's the issue here? Ooh, wait. Don't tell me the committee has some dirty little secret it doesn't want us finding out.
Well, I'm gonna go bye. See you later. Bye! Thanks for stopping by. I am not required to explain myself to you, but if you feel that you absolutely must participate in the investigation, perhaps you can prove to me that it will be worth our while to keep you around. What exactly does she have in mind here? Who triggered the release of the poison gas? If you can answer this question, I will consent to your participation in the investigation.
You heard the lady smiles. Somebody opened the Pisces case and let out that gas. Considering what we learned so far, there's only one person it could possibly be, no?
Yes, the answer is indisputable. In that case, please kindly provide it now. Who released the poison gas?
Take that!
The victim, Carmelo Gusto, is the only person to have entered the Autumn Wing. Thus, only he could have opened the case. Correct. That appears to be the only logical answer. Very well, I will permit your participation in this investigation to continue. However, if at any point I feel you are contributing nothing of value, you will be removed immediately. Understood. Even if Mr. Gusto did open the case, we still have no idea why. Alright, Mr. Edgeworth, tell me what you want to see. Let's use the data we've collected to recreate the scene before the poison gas went off. On it!
Hey, don't scare me like that!
So this is what you were talking about, your Mr. Thief. Let's begin by examining the Pisces sculpture. There's a generous amount of ubiquium frozen to the underside of the top part of the case. Yeah, which is what's keeping that lid on real tight.
The actual glass lid is all cracked though, right? Somebody really went to town on your little house there, huh, Pisces?
And do we have any idea of how the glass lid might have come to be so cracked?
Well, it doesn't look like the outer facing side of the glass suffered any damage.
I see. So we have a cracked piece of glass that we know was ice cold on its inner facing side. And we also know that it wasn't damaged in any direct way on its outer facing surface. Thoughts?
Ice cold. Makes me think of the way you glare at people, sir.
Pax, makes me think about those deeply etched lines in your forehead. It was cracked by heat expansion. Applying heat on ice-cold glass on the outside will cause it to crack.
Huh. Well, I appreciate the science lesson, but why is it all heat cracked in the first place?
Why indeed. A heat-cracked glass lid lined on its underside with frozen ubiquium.
You look like the cat that got the cream, Dorito. You know what happened, don't you?
I certainly do. And what's more, I know how Mr. Gusto opened the case.
What? But you didn't give me a chance to figure it out first!
It would have been quite the wait.
Well, don't keep it to yourself, Edward. Nobody answers!
How did Mr. Gusto open the case?
Take that!
The blowtorch shows signs of having been used recently when it was found here in the autumn wing. I think it's likely that it was used on the glass lid, causing it to crack.
A blowtorch? Who uses a blowtorch to open a glass case?
Oh, I get it! Mr. Gusto was trying to melt the frozen ubiquium so he could open the lid. Indeed.
You beat me to the answer by a second, but we'll see who wins in the end.
Don't try and tell us he nearly had it. He didn't have a clue.
It was Edward making things hard to understand.
Hey, would you mind updating the recreation so that Mr. Winter could follow along too? Sure, just for him. Alright, here goes. Mr. Gusto was alone in the autumn wing. And while he was in here, he used this blowtorch to melt the frozen ubiquium on the underside of the lid.
And?
As the ubiquium melted, it mixed with the asphyxion that was already present inside the glass case, thereby producing our poisonous gas. When Mr. Gusto had finally managed to open the lid, he would have released the gas and poisoned himself. He made it as far as the fountain room where he collapsed. So we opened the case and out came the gas, huh? It seems we got there in the end.
But why the heck a doodle-doo did he want to open the case in the first place?
I'm not sure. In fact, we don't even know what his ultimate goal was.
I'm thinking he might have come here for the same reason I did. To check out not the autumn wing, but the winter wing. You remember, right? I thought this was where the winter wing was when we first got here.
Caught you out too, did it, my little Eddie Lumpkin? I was ever so confused. What would it being where actually Winks' room was all those years ago? There's even the same little tree in front of the blessed door. It wouldn't be all at 6s and 7s, eh? Did everyone involved with the IS-7 incident make the same mistake? I think we need to go and take another look at the winter wing. Time to see how quickly I can convince Mr. Winter, I suppose.
Eureka! Ladies and gentlemen, I have the answer!
The answer to what exactly?
The man was going to end it all! A dramatic exit stage left, sort of artsy-fartsy farewell.
Have you been listening at all this whole time?
At my level, I barely need to listen to a word, and I still understand exactly half of what's going on.
Perhaps I can explain a few of the finer details to you later, Eustace. Winter's prerogative.
Winners? Sure! Thanks, Gavel.
Thank you indeed. I find it's always best to leave things like child wrangling to a professional. In the meantime, don't you have something to tell Mr. Edgeworth and his friends?
Oh yeah, I totally forgot.
What is it now?
Hey, I took the liberty of investigating our friendly pink pharmacist here. Or rather, I had one of my underlings do it for me.
That's nothing to brag about, you know?
Shut up! Can't you see I'm talking? Anyway, let's put a pin in my suicide theory for now. Yeah, I have something more important to tell you. It was Miss Delicious instead of the poison gas trap.
How could you say that? I was greatly saddened to learn of this, Miss Scone.
Your profession is more dedicated to saving lives, and yet you use your expertise to try to take one. I beg your pudding? How dare you! I did no such thing! Perhaps you could explain, Mr. Winner? You bet I can. Get a load of this. This is Miss Delicious's pharmacist license. And it says right here that she's authorized to handle Infesticide Ultra. A product that we have established contains asphyxion, one of the ingredients of our poisonous gas. Exactly! It's almost impossible for ordinary people to get a hold of that stuff. But Miss Delicious is no ordinary person. She's a card-carrying pharmacist. I didn't do it. It's all just a terrible misunderstanding.
Objection!
And that's not all. There was a bottle of Infesticide Ultra in the victim's pocket. And what do you know? It's covered in your fingerprints. Eek! We know that you and Miss Bound took the victim to the medical room. What better moment to slip the bottle into his pocket, No! There was only one person on the premises licensed to carry Infesticide Ultra, and that was you, Miss Scone. Furthermore, you are acquainted with Miss Bound, the owner of the gallery, meaning you would have had access to the building. You had ample opportunity to prepare your trap. No, dear, listen, you don't understand. That Infesticide Ultra was stolen from me. Lying will only lengthen your sentence, Miss Scone. I'm not lying! Oh, it's in my bag somewhere, I'm sure of it. What is she looking for? That's not it. And that's not it. That clock looks familiar. Ah, here we go. I knew it was in here somewhere. Look. And what is this? There's something written on it, I think. April 1st, complaint filed. Offense theft. Item stolen, Infesticide Ultra, 1 bottle. It's a crime report relating to a theft. A what? Yeah, you silly billies. I told you somebody pinched it off me. A week ago, no less. By which you mean to say that it was not in your possession at any point today? That's exactly what I mean to say. I think the bottle you found might be the one I lost. I always have some in my medicine bag, just in case, you know? And I'm supposed to keep my bag locked up tight, but, well, I'd forget my head if it wasn't screwed on. And now, thanks to silly old me, someone's gone and mixed up a cloud of poison gas with the stuff. I see. But why on earth would you carry such a hazardous substance around with you? Like I said, just in case. You never know when one of them might appear. You mean the ghastly little creatures that run around in people's nice clean kitchens type of them? You could just roll up a newspaper and whack! 1 and done! A bell. What do I do now? Of course. I think perhaps it might be wise to confirm the authenticity of the crime report, just to be safe. It can't hurt to verify Miss Scone's story, after all. She may be lying to us. Good idea! Alright, I'm gonna go give the precinct a call. Don't go anywhere. So Miss Scone might not be guilty after all. Indeed, if she really were the one who set up the poison gas trap, then I highly doubt she would have used a method that directly implicates her.
So who do you think did it, Smiles?
Someone with knowledge of the victim's likely behavior and the time and the means to prepare. 2 factors which point to one very specific person.
Oh yeah? And who might that be? Don't leave us hanging, big guy.
Who had the means to steal the Infesticide Ultra and dress one room up to look like another?
Take that!
Really only Miss Bound, the proprietor of these premises, could possibly have prepared in such a way. We'll need some solid evidence to support such a theory nonetheless.
So it was her, huh?
Strange. It's like he already knew.
Woo! Nice shooting, Malzarito. I might have to make that associate position a permanent deal.
That is not what I was hoping for. I'm back with results. The police have confirmed that the theft really was reported and logged, which means we may have been a little hasty with some of our conclusions, team.
You mean that every single one of your conclusions proves to be hogwash?
No! We're only just getting started. Oh, then what's our next move? Well, first we need to go and talk to Miss Bound. And then I'll think about what to do after that. Is this? Mr. Gusto's real destination appears to have been the Winter Wing. Perhaps it would be worth having someone investigate that room more thoroughly. Oh yeah, we should totally do that. Flatfoot, go investigate the Winter Wing.
Yes, sir.
Lavelle, we're going to talk to Miss Bound. Very good, Eustace.
We'll join you if you don't mind.
April 2nd, 1:35 p.m. Zodiac Hall, Fountain Room. I think this is a good place to stop, actually. We're in the middle. Let's exit the game. I'll be back tomorrow for more Hollow Knight Silk Song. Follow if you want to follow. Let's see. We're sending everyone over to my friend Sakyu. He's streaming for his bunathon. I don't know what he's doing today. Thank you so much for the subscription and the donation to my coffee. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Goodbye.